This telecast is available in high definition on ESPN2 HD. And we welcome you to a very soggy Atlanta dragway. We've been dodging raindrops, but it does look like we are going to be able to go drag racing here in Georgia. Just 1 week ago, it was Corey McClenathan who gave us a fright. Friday night, it was Brandon Bernstein with a tire letting go just as he crosses the finish line. But the wing stays in place, and that allows him enough control to keep the car from going over into Rod Fuller's lane and creating a bigger mess than it already was. Back at the starting line, everybody was concerned, but they knew he was going to be okay. And then on Saturday, just after the finish line again, Mike Berry in Pro Stock Motorcycle goes off of his bike, tumbling end over end. He suffered 2 fractures in his left foot. He will not be racing today. Drag racing is unpredictable and can be extremely dangerous. Corey McClenathan proved that in a hard-stopping crash last week in Bristol. But just 2 days later, Corey Mack was back behind the wheel of his 300-mile-an-hour rocket ship. That's why fans love and respect these drivers so much. And that's why these drivers become heroes and legends. ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, presents exclusive coverage of the $50 million NHRA Powerade Drag Racing Series. Today from Atlanta Dragway in Commerce, Georgia, just northeast of Atlanta, the 7th race of the 06 season, the 26th running of the Summit Racing Equipment NHRA Southern Nationals. And you can tell by looking at the skyline, our picture-perfect day from yesterday has given way to rain. We've been fighting it all morning. In fact, there's one poor guy who's got his umbrella turned inside out. I guess he's going to collect it all and take it home. Hello, fans. The ones that have come out, boy, they're a little wet, but they're here, and we're glad for it. We're glad you're with us as well. I'm Marty Reed alongside Mike Dunn. And since we left you yesterday at qualifying, and if you weren't with us for NHRA Today earlier this morning, you may not know that we aren't really at a drag race anymore. We're at a boxing tournament between teammates. Whit Bazemore and Ron Capps got into it yesterday afternoon. But this boxing match wasn't culminated just with one incident yesterday. This goes back a while.
That's right. It's pretty much been happening since the beginning of the year, but it really did start to escalate last week in Bristol, Tennessee. The semifinals of Funny Car, Ron Capps had just defeated his teammate Gary Selby. Next up was Whit Bazemore, John Force. John Force gets the win. We see Ron Capps appear to be celebrating that victory. Basically, Whit saw the replay and took offense to it, and there was a little bit of a team meeting later, but nothing obviously was resolved at that point.
Yeah, Whit thought that Ron was celebrating the fact that Whit got beat. Well, Ron says, no, no, no. I had just been told that I got lane choice over Force in the final. That's what Ron says he was celebrating. Well, the guy who's got to play referee in this boxing match is team owner Don Schumacher. He is with Dave Reef.
There is no question that there was an altercation between 2 of Don Schumacher's cars involving Ron Capps and Whit Bazemore and his drivers. The stitches are in Whit Bazemore's lip. The questions that we can ask as a team owner, Don, where do you go from here?
I'm still reviewing things to try to determine what transpired and what caused all of this incident to take place. And until I determine that, I'm just reviewing things.
That is the question next. Now, do you know possibly where this stems from?
Well, there's been numerous things that have transpired incorrectly, and people have incorrect feelings about it. And it really began back in December when I was contemplating making some personnel changes in amongst the teams and moving some people around, which didn't take place. And people felt it was other people on other teams making that decision. Make no mistake about it, I make that decision, not any of the crew chiefs or any of the other people on the teams. It then escalated with an incident with a delay box from MSD down in Gainesville, Florida, that one team felt somebody said something about it. That isn't the case either. I've checked with Ray Alley. It then got escalated in Bristol at the last race when Whit thought that Ron was celebrating when Whit got beat by John Force, which isn't the case. Ron was celebrating, period, that he got lane choice over John Force. He stood there, asked Reinhart who had lane choice. That's when he started celebrating. Whit saw it, felt differently about it, and all of those things kind of inflamed it a little bit, and it came to what it came to here, and we will deal with it.
And now Don Schumacher has that tough job of settling the score. Now let's go to the other big story. Here's Gary Gerould.
Well, Dave, that other big story came Friday night in the second round of qualifying, and it was a dramatic moment for this young man, Brandon Bernstein. He's alongside Hot Rod Fuller making a full pass, and just after he ticked across the finish line, all hell broke loose, literally. A tire came apart on the left side, car sat down, and somehow, Brandon, you were able to wrestle that baby to a halt without hitting either wall. How impressive in your own mind was being able to stay off the wall?
Well, all these experiences, you gain as a driver, and it just seemed like that, it was a reaction. I felt the tire go, and I just was mainly concentrating on trying to keep my car in my lane because I knew Hot Rod was going to be right there because he was running good. So I was really trying to just avoid getting two cars into the wall or into each other, and I just really fought it just to stay in my lane.
Now you put together a brand new race car. You got two passes yesterday in the final qualifying sessions. How did that go?
It went great. The first one right out of the lap, the first lap was a 4:54, and it was like, wow. This is a brand new race car, goes right down there. And I think the second lap, Tim was just trying to test a few things out, test the track out. So I think we're okay. We're ready for today. It's a little bit different though. As far as conditions go, so it'll be a crapshoot.
Major change in conditions, but keep in mind one thing: because he's the #1 qualifier, he ends up being in the last pair to go down the track. So he's going to get a chance to watch 7 other pairs go and read that track for him. We'll see how it plays out.
So the stage is set. The engines have just come to life down at the starting line. Our first pair will be that man right there, Doug Herbert, tuned by Wayne Dupuis. He'll be over in the right lane as the #8 qualifier. Alongside in the left lane, the #9 qualifier, Morgan Lucas. They roll through the water box. They'll spin the tires. We'll light them up, and we'll get ready to race. You've heard the expression, save the best for last. Well, that's just what Doug Kalitta and his team did last Sunday in Bristol. They worked on their setup, adapting to the racetrack, improving their speed in every round. They captured the track record and their first Wally in 13 races. His team Kalitta back on track. All right, let's show you our top fuel ladder presented by Lucas Oil, and you can see the arrow indicates who has the lane choice. Our #1 qualifier, Brandon Bernstein. You already know about Doug Herbert, Morgan Lucas. Melanie Troxel has Bob Vandergriff, and there is Doug Kalitta, our #2 qualifier. He's got David Baca. Great matchup with Tony Schumacher and Corey Mack. And then, as we go back down trackside, there is Morgan Lucas. He and Melanie Troxel, only the 2 top fuel racers that have not lost in first round this season. I probably just jinxed him, but it is the one statistics that is going. And there is a meeting that Morgan had with one of the guys he really respects in racing, Dale Earnhardt Jr., who's over at Lowe's Motor Speedway. May 2nd, they swapped tails, and I don't think he could convince Dale to climb in as top fueler.
No, probably not. But right now, he's not even thinking about that. Let's just concentrate. At first pair out on a track that you have no idea what's going to give you. Last week, we kind of saw this in Bristol. It was warm and qualifying, and then on race day, the track cooled off, and everybody went down that racetrack and ran some good numbers. But I'll tell you what, you just never know, and both drivers are going to have to be ready for tire smoke.
Well, Morgan's car is on fire as it goes through the lights, but he takes the win light, 4.71 seconds, so he keeps his string intact. He has yet to lose first round this year in 7 national events. You saw Doug Herbert get out of it, and he will be on the trailer heading down the road to Columbus in 2 weeks.
Doug Herbert actually had to backpedal the race car, left side of your screen, as it starts going to tire shake right there. That cost him, and then shortly after that, the engine just expired. Probably lost the belt because you see him trying to hit the throttle to get back on it. Right side of your screen, Morgan Lucas, he had a good run to half track, and then that thing just started eating itself up. More of what we saw last week in Bristol. The problems continue with that team trying to get to the finish line without burning itself up.
Let's take an ISO look at Doug Herbert.
Now picks the front end up. Look at that thing going to tire shake. He feels it, hits the butterflies one time, and then it hooks back up. And he's going down the track, and there you saw the belt go. He gets out of the throttle. He hits it one more time because you always want just to make sure, that the engine isn't going to go again, especially when you see your competition on fire in the other lane.
So as they coast on out at the far end of the track, let's show you the difference in weather from yesterday.
Well, it's cooled down considerably, 60 degrees. The humidity, water grains, humidity's up a little bit because the temperature's down, but water grains, which is the basis that they use, is still about the same. Track temperature, though, 74 degrees, and the air is much better at 1,400 feet. Density altitude, which is about 1,000 feet better.
Let's take a look. There's the comparison of yesterday's temperature to today's.
There's the key. 124 degrees yesterday, 74 today. We kind of, like I said, saw a similar situation in Bristol last week.
Now, the one thing, the issue we would talk about as far as the weather, as you see the anemometer there with the wind and the direction, let's talk about the fact that it was the cooler track temperatures when these tires have more bite to them, and that's what happened Friday night with the Brandon Bernstein situation.
It's always a concern for the crew chiefs about basically the tires, because when the track is warm and greasy, the tires, remember, they spin from start to finish even when they're spinning. But what happens is when the track is cool, they're still spinning. It's like rubbing your hands. You rub it together harder and it's going to generate more heat. That causes a problem with the tires.
Well, as you can see, the trucks are rolling out to check the track. Something they found out there is there is Corey McLenithan as he is going to get ready for his run. He'll be up next. We'll talk more about him and Tony Schumacher, the man that he's going to go head-to-head with. But since we've got a little downtime, let's go to commercial break. You won't miss a thing.
Today's Speed World presentation of the NHRA Summit Racing Southern Nationals, brought to you by Powerade. Sport is what you make it. And Summit Racing Equipment, the World Speed Shop.
And you're riding on board with Corey McLenithan. He'll be in the next pair. He'll be over in the left lane up against Tony Schumacher. And, of course, it was just a little over a week ago at Bristol when, boy, Corey stopped all of our hearts when the car snapped in two.
Just a wild ride, a hard hit right there into the wall. We've seen it a million times, but let's look at it one more time, because it's hard to believe that Corey is actually still back and running this race car, and actually running very well.
He is the number 10 qualifier. Tony Schumacher had lane choice, chose the right lane. This is a critical race for Tony Schumacher. He is 11 rounds out of first place, and he has to start making up some ground because they can't keep losing in the first round.
Corey McLenithan likes this race. His last Tour win was here in 2004. He's got 3 wins here, so he's done very well.
But on the flip side, Tony Schumacher has defeated Corey the last 8 times that they have met. Between them, they've got 58 Top Fuel wins. Here we go. Tony Schumacher does what he has to do, and look at the numbers. 4.44 seconds. Don loves it. That is a track record elapsed time. 331.28 miles an hour is a track record speed. So you talk about the cooler conditions. We just saw the net result. And a tip of the hat to both Tony Schumacher and Alan Johnson.
Well, I mean, this might be one of the reasons why they've struggled this year, because Alan Johnson likes to get very aggressive. Well, he found a track that would hold it, and wow, did he run a number. 440. He was running 280 miles per hour at the 8th mile. I can tell you, folks, he threw all the motor and all the clutch at that thing in the middle of the course, and obviously he felt the track was going to hold it, and obviously he was right.
All right, so that is a tie for the 8th quickest run in Top Fuel history. We already mentioned the fact it's a new record. Now we get ready for the next pair. Larry Dixon down on the starting line as he'll be up against David Grubnick, and you have an onboard camera there. Before these guys come to the track, let's get more on what happened with Ron Capps and Whit Bazemore yesterday. Dave Reef, I think you're with Ron.
Indeed, I am patiently waiting in his tow vehicle for Funny Car to start. And Ron, we talked to your team owner, Don Schumacher, a little bit ago. He kind of set everything up for us. But I think most of us out here, when we hear about teammates scrapping and getting it on, we're shocked. What's the word that you would use, and how would you describe it?
Frustration, disappointment mostly. It just kind of got out of hand quickly, and us being teammates, you know, Whit's a very passionate guy, and I'm the same, and it started with Bristol, where he may have thought I was celebrating, you know, for some reason, for him not to win, which we talked about, and it just kind of got blown out of proportion, and something happened later after the qualifying run on Saturday here, and you know, we went over to talk, and things escalated, and I probably did something I regret more than anything I've done in my life, and I wish I could take it back, but just things happen, and I just got to focus on making them better in the future.
Ron wants to focus on the business of racing now. We'll let him get to that. Tried to talk to Whit. He asked to push that off until after he was done racing in this opening round, but I will tell you that Ron Capps did go over, shake the hand of Whit Bazemore about 10 minutes ago.
All right, thanks, Dave. As we come back out trackside, Larry Dixon, the other man besides Corey McLenathan to win here at Atlanta 3 times. They're the only guys that have done it. David Grubnick, you see his numbers right there as he's the number 11 qualifier. What a great drag race. And Larry Dixon takes the win light, 4.53 seconds to a 4.54. The margin of victory is a 37 one-thousandths of a second.
Fans that hung in there, 4.53.2.
Hey, great job by Larry Dixon and the team. Larry had the advantage off the starting line. Remember, Larry kind of struggling on the lights this year, but he had a great reaction time, 0.68, over 200ths of a second advantage over Grubby. And you see that David kind of got the car over a little bit towards the center, but the track is so good, I don't think it really affected hardly any ET. That was just a good side-by-side drag race.
Let's go to the far end, check in with Gary.
We check in with Corey Mack, and let's put Bristol finally to rest here a week and a couple of days later. The smile is there. I know the disappointment is still there because you didn't get through that first round. How has this last 7, 8, 9 days progressed for you, because it's drawn so much attention?
It's been very interesting. I mean, the attention's a welcome thing for any sponsor or any driver, but not in that fashion. I mean, I'd rather be making my mark out here, and Tony just whooped us right there with a 44. I mean, we ran 56 and ran very well, but for Fram Boost and Torco Racing Fuels, Jegs, FabTech, Mac Tools, I mean, you have to have the sponsors to be able to do this, and we have all the right people in place. We just don't have any racing luck whatsoever. So I'd like to try kind of close the book on last week, and let's get back after it here.
And you got a couple of weeks now to let that body really heal up 100% next time round. Huh?
Yeah, definitely, and see family and friends, and let's just let it rest.
That'll be 2 weeks from now in Columbus.
That's right, Gary. As we come back down to the starting line, you see the burnout for Melanie Troxel. There's Bob Vandergriff. Bob from nearby Alpharetta, Georgia, has a lot of sponsors here from UPS, a lot of representatives from the company. This is their corporate headquarters. For Melanie, it has been a very big week. Here was the presentation earlier today from Barry Schmoyer as she was awarded her trophy as driver of the first quarter in the Driver of the Year competition. And there it is, and she is the first woman in 40 years, the 40-year history of this Driver of the Year competition, to win that honor. And here's who she edged out: Helio Castroneves and Jimmy Johnson, among others. So congratulations to Melanie. If she can keep it up, who knows? Maybe she'll become the 3rd drag racer ever to win Driver of the Year. Of course, John Force and Greg Anderson are the 2 that have done it.
And right now, she just got to think about getting around Bob Vandergriff. Because remember, Bob Vandergriff in Gainesville took out Hillary Will in the first round when he ran a career best 4.52. So she knows that this car can step up and run the numbers. You look at crew chief Jim Dupuis walking his driver into the beams. Now, that being said, you got Richard Hogan as crew chief for Melanie. Same combination as basically as Alan Johnson. Now, Richard probably not quite as aggressive when he's racing the car as Alan is, but this car has everything that can run that kind of number. So it'll be interesting to see what Richard's going to do. I think if the thing hooks up, both these cars could run a good number.
Melanie Troxel, she has yet to lose in first-round competition this year in 7 races. She takes the win light, 4.51 seconds at 326 miles an hour. Bob Vandergriff ran a 4.60 elapsed time.
Now remember, Melanie red lighted in the 2nd round last week, so she was a little bit conservative on the rags time, 1:15, which gave Bob Vandergriff about a 300th of a second advantage off the starting line. He was running right with her to half track, but the thing was just not running the speed. He was only running 268 to Melanie's 276 at half track. That allowed her to just drive around on the other end and get into the 2nd round.
So as they push her around at the far end of the racetrack, we'll talk about what's going to be coming up in 2 weeks on ESPN2 and ESPN2 HD. From Columbus, it'll be the Pontiac Performance Nationals, qualifying Saturday, May 20th at 10 Eastern. Then we'll kick things off Sunday with NHRA Today at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And then final eliminations, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's right, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, Sunday, May 21st on ESPN2 and ESPN2 HD. Already engines have fired back at the starting line. You're looking at Rod Fuller. He'll be over in the right lane, the number 3 qualifier. Alongside the number 14 qualifier, Clay Millican. burnout's complete. Let's check in again with Gary Gerould.
Melanie, congratulations on the Stout 51. How hard was it to put the experience of a week ago at Bristol in the red light out of your mind?
You know, I felt pretty confident this whole weekend that it wasn't bothering me at all, but you get back in the seat there on the starting line, and it enters your mind a little bit, just a little extra adrenaline running through your system. But, you know, I have such incredible confidence in the entire Skull Gear, Skull Shine team and Richard Hogan that that takes a lot of the pressure off, knowing that he's going to send the car right down the track. So it's Evan Knowles' birthday this weekend on Friday, I believe it was. So we want to wish him a happy birthday and just thank everybody else on the team, Matt, Coach Tools, Gates, and I didn't win again, so I guess
check the barcode. I'm telling you, I found out it's not inside the cap. It's this
on the
barcode.
Yeah,
all
right.
Somehow we're going to find it out.
I'm going to save my luck for the racetrack.
Thanks.
Well, while we're sending out birthday wishes, John Force turned 57 this past Thursday, and the home of Powerade, Coca-Cola, turns 120 on Monday. I don't think I'll live that long. Dave Reef, what you have?
Just watching a lot of the crew chiefs go to work, and some of these teams back here like Doug Collette, as they ducked into this box right here. This is where the clutch timers are that control the throwout bearing that squeeze the clutch together. They made some major adjustments there, as well as into the timing boxes. Just saw Ron Tobler ducking here as well. Track very good right now.
Drag race, and Fuller had to drive around Milliken because Clay was first off the line, and Fuller goes 4.50 seconds to a 4:55. The margin of victory, 76 ten-thousandths of a second. Woo!
Wow. That was a drag race. You know, Clay Milliken had a great reaction time, had 0.04 of a second advantage over Hot Rod Fuller, who had a good reaction time. Just Milliken was on his game. Clay had the race won all the way through the middle of the course. I mean, he was still on 277 miles per hour at the 8th. Hot Rod was right behind at 275, but watch right side of your screen. Cylinder's going to go out right there. When that happened, that allowed Hot Rod to get around for the win. That was the difference on our Valvoline winners cam.
Boy, and that's what the margin looks like. We're seeing these margin of victories. That sounds more like we have in Pro Stock. And here it is, Top Fuel. Engines have fired already. And there is Hillary Will, and she'll be going up against Scott Wise. That'll be our next matchup as they get ready to the line. But we've got to take a commercial break. Don't worry, you won't miss the run. They're already working in Morgan Lucas's camp, getting ready for second round action here at the Summit Racing Equipment Southern Nationals. Stay with us. And if you need a program, you can get one right here at Atlanta Dragway. Hello, everybody. Glad that you're with us. It has been a little bit wet this morning as everybody was coming into the racetrack, but it's dry right now as we get ready for more first-round Top Fuel action at Atlanta Dragway. That's Hillary Will, and Hillary, of course, the mentor under Shirley Muldowney. And it was 26 years ago at the very first race here. Shirley took Top Fuel. Hillary would like to duplicate it for her.
And Hillary with lane choice has chosen that right-hand lane, as every team with lane choice has done thus far. And I don't think there's a big difference in the lanes, but when you see Schumacher run a 444 in the right-hand lane, you know it's good, so you're going to take it no matter what.
That's our onboard camera there on the side panel of Hillary's car. The win light goes to Hillary. 4.53 seconds at 325 miles an hour. You can see that the top bulb was out on the tree. And not a stellar light for Hillary, but boy, the car did exactly what she needed.
And I think that's the situation. As you watch it just pull away from Scott Weiss. Great shot by that onboard, but basically I think Scott Weiss went in deep to try to maybe possibly throw her off. She kept her cool, was a little bit late, but still just drove around and got the win.
All right, so as they push her on out, and Scott Wise, he pulls up alongside with a little bit of damage to that motor as we get ready to go back to the starting line and get ready for Doug Colletta and his team. And in 1994, Team Coletta's Jim Oberhofer made a bet that whenever he won a race, a crew member would punch him in the stomach. Well, as the Colletta camp has grown, so has the wager. And in this Powerade Power Time, we asked the Colletta crew to explain their rather unorthodox celebration at the starting line.
When this deal grew into 3 and now 4 teams, My brother is the designated guy on Grubnick's team, and I got him good after Gainesville.
Well, it hurt for about 4 days. Look at him. I mean, I get my shots in, but when he gets his, he's not shy about it, trust me. He says I hit below the belt, but I don't. I think that's not true, but yeah, you just got to be in the stomach.
Our first race with Ron here at Chicago, we all went after Ron, and his eyes got big like, holy crap, I'm out of here. But so we finally decided, you know what, that's Shirley's husband, and if we hurt Shirley's husband, she's going to kick our ass. So we don't want any part of that.
Bristol was probably one of the more brutal beatings. I think before the car past the finish line lights, I felt somebody grab onto me, and I felt bones cracking, and my feet were off the ground. Everybody that works on any one of these 4 cars knows that they could be the next victim. And that's when those of us that were victims get a chance to get even.
And that's James Riola. He was the victim the last time out. I'm glad we're up here. I don't know if my body could take this. I don't know if I'd want to win. All right, there is John Overhoffer, and I'll tell you what, they would take it in stride. And Tony Schumacher has the winner of this pair next, so that's why he is studying intently. And we'll watch this race when we come back here to Atlanta Dragway. Back here at Atlanta Dragway, Rod Fuller's team already back into the pit area as they're going to do the 65-minute turnaround. That's right, they've cut them down 10 minutes this weekend because we got a late start because of the rain. So now you better have that dance memorized really well because you're going to have to fly as we get ready to fly out trackside with Doug Collette in the right lane, David Baca in the left lane. Contest in this one. Doug goes 4.55 seconds, 324 miles an hour. Ron Tobler takes a look, says, I think there's some more in this race car. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he was definitely looking for a little bit more than that. And I was, to be honest with you, when we did the report that he was getting after it, watch Dave Bach. He's going to go in a tire shake. He backpedals at one time, then pretty much gives up the ghost because Doug Collette on the other lane, he was hooked up and heading down the racetrack. But when Dave did his report talking about Ron, right at this point, that's where you're applying the clutch harder, putting more ignition time. What that does, it gives you more power, more clutch to try to accelerate that car harder through the middle because you know the track will hold it. But I don't think it did exactly what Ron thought it was going to would do. I know he was looking for more than a 455.
And Doug will meet Tony Schumacher in the next round. Let's check in with Dave Reef.
Tony, of course, was listening very intently because he will race Doug Collette coming up. And I know we've been kind of rough on you guys a little bit as far as not winning so far this year, but just like you've been telling us all along, I think all of us are starting to understand you guys can jump up at any time. 444, you rip everybody's hearts out.
Yeah, we made a lot of changes this weekend. You can't go out and make 2 runs in qualifying, and they weren't even that great, 59 to 56, and expect to go out and win all the races. So AJ, he said we got to make some big changes, and we did that for that last qualifying run. And he said we need a couple runs. He made a huge amount of changes on that last Saturday qualifying run, and it paid off. That was a huge run, 444. That's big. It's cloudy out now. What we don't want to happen is the sun to come out. We want it to stay the same. We want to be able to repeat. We want to be able to go out there, and we got the Collette car second round. That's going to be a tough race. We need to go out and repeat and make sure that the tune-up we have, the window that we have, is big enough.
Good tune-up by the crew chief. Nice job of driving by Utes. They call a team.
Alrighty, and he mentioned that he will have Doug Collette. He has lane choice in that matchup. And we're down to our final pair of round number 1. Brandon Bernstein up against Michael Gunderson. And, of course, if you're just tuning in, this is what happened to Brandon on Friday.
Friday night qualifying, similar conditions. Right at the finish line as Brandon gets out of the throttle. Left rear tire lets go, but luckily, like we said before, the wing stayed intact. That gave him some control of the car, and he did a great job to keep it in his lane and away from Hot Rod Fuller. And Hot Rod Fuller, by the way, also had to get on the brakes pretty hard, actually pulled 2 shoes to keep from getting into him. So both drivers did a fantastic job there.
So now as we come back trackside, Brandon with his first pole of the season. He got it on that run where the tire let go right at the finish line. Dad Kenny Bernstein looking on intently. So Michael Gunderson gave it all he could in his first Top Fuel start, but it's a career best run for Michael at 4.68 seconds. But when your competition goes 4.52 at 330 miles an hour, not much you can do about that except say thank you. We'll be back. We'll try again. Good run by Brandon.
Gotta give credit to the NHRA safety department. They did a great job. We did not see any tire smoke in the first round of Top Fuel. A couple cars shook the tires, but I think they were basically underpowered and just didn't get enough wheel speed. So good job by everybody involved.
All right, so let's take a look now at our Top Fuel ladder and update it for you. It's presented by Lucas Oil, and we can tell you as you take a look at the matchups with Bernstein and Troxel having lane choice. With Doug Coletta's win, he moves ahead of David Grubnick into the points. So now Doug is up to second place as that is the round 2 matchups on that side. And there he is. He does not have lane choice against Tony Schumacher. Fuller has the lane choice over Larry Dixon. So that means that we are getting ready now for Funny Car, and first pair out is going to be Whit Bazemore. And underneath that helmet is a couple of stitches, courtesy of Ron Capps. You've already heard from Ron. He is regretting the fact that it did come to blows, as he will be alongside of Tony Pedregon. They are the numbers 8 and 9 qualifiers, and there is Tony. As it's time for the floppers. NHRA Funny Car drivers sit in command of 8,000 horsepower. But harnessing all those horses can be a monumental task. Those who are best at it become champions. But even the best need the support of a great crew chief. Ron Capps and Mastermind Ace McCullough have been on their game all season long, turning consistency into wins. So the burnouts are complete as the guys back up now and get ready. We'll show you our Funny Car ladder presented by Lucas Oil and John Force and Tommy Johnson Jr. That is going to be very interesting. We'll tell you why when that pair comes to the line. You already know that Whit Bazemore and Tony Pedregon are on the line right now. And there's the other side. We've got a number of great first-round matchups here in Funny Car. So the body goes up. Now, with all the distractions of yesterday, being summoned to the principal's office, if you were with us on NHRA today, we will tell you Whit Bazemore made comment to the fact that he cannot afford to do anything. That's because he's already on probation by NHRA. And he was basically saying that's why he did not retaliate in any way, shape, or form when he got hit by Ron Capps.
Well, and the situation goes back, how are you going to react in the cockpit? Well, obviously Whit Bazemore's been driving under these type of pressures all of his career, so it shouldn't affect him. One thing I do want to say, both these cars kind of struggled in qualifying. They went down 2 out of 4 runs, but both cars went down the racetrack and made their best runs Friday evening in very good conditions, similar to what we see. So this should be a good drag race.
Mike, you were right. It was a very good drag race. Tony Pedregon takes the win. A 4.76 elapsed time to a 4.77. Wow, we have seen some great first-round matchups.
I mean, you just have track conditions that are good. You just throw everything at it, and it sticks, and this is what happens. At 8,000 horsepower, the track will hold it, and you're seeing great side-by-side racing. You see Tony Pedregon get the jump out of the starting line, but he stays pretty deep. He was probably a little deeper than Whit. Still makes a great pass, 4.76 to a 4.77. Great job by both teams, really.
So there's Tony as he is climbing out at the far end. Let's remind you that Jerry Punch and Scott Goodyear will be at Indianapolis. It'll be Sports Center presented by Weber Grills at the Indy 500. It'll up-to-date information leading up to the 90th running of the greatest spectacle in racing. It'll be on ESPN2 weekdays at 5:30 Eastern. Meanwhile, back at the starting line, on board with Cruz Pedregon as the body comes down. And if you were with us, we showed you the night run that Cruz made when he had all the clutch dust come up in the cockpit, and literally you could not see the track, and he had to get out of the throttle. That's how scary it got. We've got to take a commercial break as the burnouts are complete. There's Ron Capps. He's already seen his teammate go down. Can the points leader stay in? Come back and find out.
Time for that, blaze your final lap. Whatever you do, don't let the cat behind you pass. No more excuses, time to go for yours. No more what ifs or you should have done more. You got a choice to make. Do you really want it? You can go hard or go home and watch TV. You got a choice to make. So what's it gonna be? You can go hard or go home.
we are ready here back at Atlanta Dragway as we take a look at the point standings after qualifying. And you can see that Ron Capps has a 116-point margin over John Force, all the way down through Gary Scelzi, who has cracked the top 10. Well, he's 361 markers behind, though. That is a lot of rounds to make up. Here we go with Cruz Pedregon and the points leader, Ron Capps. And really, right now, Cruz could do the whole group a big favor if he can put Ron on the trailer. There is Whit Bazemore. We hope to get a chance to talk to him in just a matter of moments. Oh, another great race, and Pedregon does it. He takes him down with a 4:75 elapsed time to a 4:79, and the first door is open in the Funny Car Championship chase. Pedregon does what everybody else in the class needed him to do, puts Capps on the trailer in the first round.
And what a great drag race that was. I mean, Ron Capps had over 300 of a second advantage off the starting line. I kind of thought, it's probably over right now unless something happens. And, well, that's something that happened was Cruz Pedregon hauling the mail through the middle of the course. He was going 265 miles per hour at the 8th to Ron's 261, and that allowed him to drive around on the other end to just barely eke out a win with a 4:75 at over 326 miles per hour.
The first round loss this year for Ron Capps. Let's go on board with Cruz. Oh, man, is that close.
The other night, the clutch just piled in there. You see the clutch just coming in, but you still had good vision. The car drifted off to the right a little bit, but like I said, the track is so tight right now, it's not going to hurt him.
Are you ready for this on the Valvoline winners cam? That is 29 ten-thousandths of a second. Look at this. This is amazing.
Ron Capps leading the whole way except where it counted right at the finish line.
Let's go at the far end to Gary.
There have been a lot of great memories for Whit Bazemore at this, his hometown racetrack. You grew up, your first experience in drag racing right here. You've had victories here. But today it's a whole different experience because of an altercation. Is there peace between you and your teammate Ron Capps now?
I don't know about that. Today's a different day. It's not because of yesterday. It's because we just got beat in the first round, and car was on a great run, and you know, it blew up before the finish line, and you know, I feel badly for the guys because they've done a hell of a job turning this team around, and all the distributors behind us and Matco Tools, and but you know, yesterday's yesterday, and you know, honestly, Gary, I put myself in a lot more pain when I go bike riding with Mike Dunn than what happened yesterday, and that doesn't mean to downplay the situation. Capps and I will get it all figured out. It ain't the end of the world.
He offered you a handshake earlier today?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
All right, Gary, we did hear the yes, he did. And as you were finishing up, Del Worsham takes the win light over Jim Head, 4.85 the elapsed time. And look at the speed, 333.41 miles an hour. That's a career best for Del, and it's also a new track speed record.
Wow, where did that speed come from? The car was very soft early. I actually had good numbers to 330, but it was only going 256 miles per hour at the 8th mile, but then picked it up to 333 at the other end. That's pretty amazing. I don't know, you see a little bit of tire shake going right there. The car accelerated very hard early in the run, but at this point, oh, there it is. You see a cylinder go out. Now, if it lights a cylinder, it might, it could have gone 333 with a cylinder. I think we better be looking at the clocks.
All right, if it stands, it will be the second fastest speed ever in Funny Car. It doesn't matter to Del. They don't give points for it anyway. We'll talk to Rod Fuller. There he is. Stay with us. We're coming right back. All right, we're back here at Atlanta Dragway, and there are the burnouts for Robert Height closest to you in the right lane and Mike Ashley over in the left lane. This is first round of Funny Car action, and we have had some dramatic racing so far. And one of the things that I just found out as we go back into the pits, there's Rod Fuller, and I just found out you had food poisoning last night?
Yeah, I left the track and I felt fine, and also, man, it just hit me, and I actually drove myself to the ER room over here in Commerce, and they checked me in and got me on IV, and they didn't want me to leave, and I left late last night, and I wish I would have stayed because it felt terrible once I left. And you know, it's kind of one of the things the guys asked me if I was going to be all right getting in this car, and once you strap that helmet on and get in the car, I forgot all about it. But it's definitely it makes you think about it, man, because I haven't had anything to hold any food in or any drinks or anything.
So obviously that 450 laps time first round win is going to make you feel better, but now you got to come up against Larry Dixon. How you feel about that matchup?
You know, Lee Beer and these guys have this car running good, and you know, I'm going to do my best to do my part. You know, Larry's, to me, is one of the best levers, and you know, I got to do my part on that end of it. But this car's, you know, I think it's got a little bit left in it. You know, it can run a 48, maybe a 47. So you know, but I don't know what it's going to take to win next round, and I'll just hit the throttle.
All right, we'll let you go back to work and hope you feel better next round.
Thanks, guys.
We get ready for this race. Robert Hight goes 4.70 seconds. Remember, in qualifying, he went a 4.69. His speed, 327 miles an hour. And unlike a lot of our other races, this one wasn't even close. Mike Ashley stays winless here in 06, as he has not won a round in our 7 national events so far.
Yeah, Mike Ashley got a slight advantage off the starting line, but that was about it. In 60 feet, Robert Hight already made that up and then started pulling away. You see Mike left side of your screen. Car drifts out towards the center, or towards the wall just a little bit, got loose and started putting some cylinders out. Robert Hight by then was long gone and into the next round.
As Robert climbs out, let's check in with Dave Reef. I think he is with Tim Richards. There he is.
I am with the General, preparing now for Morgan Lucas. And Tim, as you got a brand new race car making its way down this racetrack for only the 3rd time, the track has cooled down similar to Friday night's conditions. How much concern did you have with the Goodyear slicks, and how hard did you press on that particular run?
Well, we didn't press real hard, but the track is very dangerous as far as shake is concerned early, and we almost gave that run away. I mean, it shook pretty hard, but it got through it. But that's the big worry here as far as the shake is concerned. I'm not worried about the car. I'm not worried about anything else. It's just the shake, getting through the shake area, which is about 1.2 seconds out. That's critical.
444. That's an awful big number. Is your car capable of running better? How much better do you want it to go?
Well, I have to beat the guy in the other lane. If he can go at 444 and I'm next to him, then I'll worry about it then.
Good luck to you. Got Kenny Bernstein's attention. He shook his head at me when he heard the number as well.
All right. Well, as we get ready now for John Force and Tommy Johnson Jr., I'm going to lay some numbers on you as soon as we get past the burnout. The fans are on their feet for John's burnout. Tommy's back there somewhere. Here he comes. All right, before we get to the numbers on John, let's talk about the numbers in 2 weeks, because we'll have the Pontiac Performance Nationals on ESPN2 and ESPN2 HD with qualifying Saturday, May 20th, 10 Eastern. Then Sunday, May 21st, we'll kick it off with NHRA Today, presented by Lucas Oil at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and then final eliminations at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. All of it coming from Columbus, Ohio at National Trail Raceway. All right, take a look at this now as John Force and Tommy Johnson come to the line. John has a chance as #1 qualifier. If he would run the table, and he does have a backup already in place for a new national mark, he could pick up 138 points and in one race go from 2nd to 1st. He is 116 behind Ron Capps right this second.
You can't ever count out John Force and Austin Coyle. And Austin Coyle, he's not going to go for the national record unless he thinks the track will hold it. Well, we saw Tony Schumacher run a 444. So my guess is, you know, it could probably hold it, but it's going to be a little bit close whether Austin wants to go for it or not. He's got Tommy Johnson in the other lane, who struggled in qualifying trying to get down the racetrack. But right now, they got a very good racetrack. They just need to throw everything at it. Hopefully they can beat John.
He's been the number 16 qualifier 11 times, and he has upset the #1 qualifier 4. Can Tommy do it now? Here we go. The number for 4.76 seconds at 327 miles an hour. You saw Tommy go up in smoke as they took a shot at John, but did not have it. So John picks up 20 points on Ron Capps and moves into second round action.
Well, Tommy Johnson and the team went for it, but first car we've really actually seen go into tire smoke, and some serious tire smoke out there. John Force runs a 476 over 327. I would have expected a little bit more out of that. Like I said, I didn't think they would go for the championship or for the record, but I thought they would have ran quicker than that.
You know what's going to be interesting? By 4/1000th of a second, John has lane choice over Tony Pedregon in second round. And we'll find out if that is a very important factor as the day goes on. That's Del Worsham's camp as they are getting ready for second round action. We can tell you NHRA is looking into that speed of 333. And we cannot verify whether or not that's going to stand. But let's go back to the top end, check in with Gary.
And John Force just out of that car. You and Coyle at all talk about the possibility of attacking and going after a national record with these conditions?
Now, right now, we're just trying to win rounds. I always bring that up because I'm a little greedy when the conditions are good like here at Atlanta, and I want to get a shot at trying to catch Caps. Can't seem to catch him. And bottom line, we talked about it, like, you want to get greedy, you'll get hurt. Nope, we're just trying to make a run, which she'll go down that racetrack and do the job that Ford and Caps will pay us for. Just be happy to suck out a win here.
And Caps has opened the door for you.
Yeah, well, he done that before, and I choked it, so we'll see.
Well, he is now the only funny car driver remaining, John, is to not lose in first round action so far this year in 7 races. As we come back to the starting line, that is Eric Medlin. He'll be in the right lane up against Tim Wilkerson.
Eric Medlin, the other Team Force car, has been running very good. I tell you, his dad, John Medlin, really makes a lot of horsepower, and they get this car down the racetrack and run the big numbers. They ran a 473 Friday night, so similar conditions right now. Let's see what they can do.
The other end of the coin for Tim, he has been struggling all year. His last round win on tour was last year at Dallas, and guess who he beat? It was round number 1. He was up against Eric Medlin.
It's a surprise that this team is struggling. I mean, for the longest time, this was the best independent team out there. But, I mean, it's happened to everybody. I mean, anybody that races long enough, I've been through it a number of times. You know, you're going to have your highs and lows, and you get in a little bit of a rut. You just can't seem to get out. I mean, even John Force and Austin Coyle, every once in a while, it happens to them, and they're the best in the business. So, Tim Wilkerson, the rest of the team, they'll get this thing figured out and get it back together.
The winner of this one gets the winner between Gary Scelzi and Scott Coletta, still to come. And Medlin's on fire. The car erupts right before the finish line. He still gets the win light in a 4.90 elapsed time. The fire is already apparently looks like, nope, it's flashing back up. So Eric, and we've seen him unbuckle and fly out of this car several times already, and he's done it again. His old rodeo days doing real well. In fact, he's going to beat the safety crew to getting the body up. That's if he can get it unlatched.
Well, what happens is it buckles that body a lot of times from the explosion, and that's why you can't get it unlatched. It's a situation, and they really need to get that thing up to get the fire out because you don't want to burn that carbon fiber body. Looks like there's not a lot of smoke there. I don't see any fire, but you know what they say, usually when there's smoke, there's fire.
Some of the guys looking up underneath, and notice they moved the blower as it was pitched. They're trying to see if it's wedged.
Eric Medlin was on a very good run, had some good early numbers, but you heard the motor just go south just right around half track a little bit before, and then basically erupted in a ball of fire as he tries to get this thing stopped. But once again, right at this point, he's just hauling the mail, and then right before half track, you see that funny flame coming out of there where it starts eating itself up. Probably burned a cylinder head and got the intake valve and fired all that fuel in the manifold and blew that supercharger off.
Take another look. With this round win, Eric Medlin is going to move into 3rd in the championship chase.
You saw the flames right there. That was telltale. That was burning the cylinder heads up big time on that race car. Watch the header flames. Nice flame right there, and then all of a sudden they're going to go bright orange. That's where she starts eating the cylinder heads up, and the pistons probably burnt through an intake valve or in the combustion chamber, lights all the fuel in that manifold, and just ignites that supercharger and about blows that body right off of the car. Luckily, the burst panel kept it from blowing off, but I can guarantee you, even if it doesn't burn the body, they're probably going to have to replace that because it hit hard enough. I'm sure it bent a lot of stuff underneath that Ford Mustang.
Well, Eric is obviously okay. He's out talking to the safety officials at the far end of the racetrack, and apparently they do have the body up and the fire is totally out, and now John's crew will come up and survey the damage and get him back and get him rebuilt for the next round. Meanwhile, back in the pits, NHRA officials are back in Dell's camp, so I'm sure they're talking to him about the speed mark. And like we said, it's nothing major here as far as points. There's no bonus points awarded for setting speed records, but you know, just everybody wants to be as accurate as possible and see what happens, and there they are. That's the NHRA official moving on out of Del Worsham's camp. When we come back from commercial break, there's Ron Capps, disappointed. He's out of this race in first round. It's the first time it's happened this year. It's been a terrible weekend for Ron. Welcome back to Atlanta Dragway. We're here for the race number 7 of 23 on the NHRA Powerade Drag Racing Series, the Summit Racing Equipment Southern Nationals. I'm Marty Reed, along with Mike Dunn, Dave Reef, Gary Gerald, and our entire ESPN2 crew. And you can tell we've been dodging raindrops all morning long, but so far, since we started the race, albeit a bit late, we have been very lucky with the weather as we get ready for Gary Scelzi and Scott Coletta as first round of funny car action continues. Let's take you back to 2005 when Gary Scelzi did not have so much fun here. That was what happened to him as the car blew up on him about 1/3 of the way down the racetrack. Now he comes in 10th in the points after qualifying. He managed to work his way into the top 10. Can move even further if he can go some rounds today, and that's what he needs to have happen.
And what a difference a week makes. Last week in Bristol, all 3 Team Schumacher funny cars were in the semifinals. Already we've got 2 of them gone. This is the last one for Team Schumacher. Gary Scelzi, his crew chief Mike Neff, though they're feeling confident about their car. Scott Coletta's, Johnny West and the team, they're starting to get that thing to turn around.
Well, Scelzi keeps Don Schumacher Racing from having a shutout in the first round here at Atlanta. He goes 4.70 seconds. You saw Scott Coletta go up in smoke. We'll take a look at his run.
One of the few cars we've seen go into tire smoke, and it just basically starts rattling the tires, drives it right up into tire smoke. But what can you say about Gary Scelzi? Mike Neff, crew chief, just puts a nice tune-up on this race car. Look at it. It wobbled the tires just a little bit in that shake area. But what happens is the track is so tight right here, it doesn't go into tire shake if you don't give it too much power at that point. He gives the right tune-up on that thing and drives it to the finish line and into the next round.
So Gary Scelzi advances, picks up 20 more valuable points. There's Don Schumacher talking down at the starting line area. And our next pair up will be Gary Dencham and Tony Bartone. While we get ready for that one, let's check in at the far end with Gary Gerald.
Well, Eric Medlin, we saw you battling to get the body work up. You actually looked like you were jumping there. Is the body damaged? Could you tell once you got it up? Will you have to replace it?
Well, it's hard to say. You know, right now our team's only got one of those new Mustangs, and man, they're a hot piece right now for us. So I was just afraid of it getting burnt, you know, so we couldn't use it next round. But we got plenty of bodies. You just hate to tear equipment up, but man, it was on a pretty good run. You know, Wilkerson and those guys, they don't ever really struggle. They just, you know, I think they're sandbagging a little bit. Those guys are tough. So we're just trying to do our best out here. And, man, I let loose just before the lights and just trying to get the chutes out, you know, brake on and everything and get it stopped. And when you get out, you're just afraid of it being on fire underneath. So just trying to keep the pieces from getting burned up.
Well, and that crew's got some work to do. Remember, short turnarounds today, only 65 minutes rather than the usual 75.
And I think I'll believe everything he said as we take a look here, except the sandbagging part. I don't think Tim Wilkerson is sandbagging when he hasn't won a round since Dallas last year, as they have already apparently pulled out another body, so they may not be able to get that primary body back into shape. We'll find out as they continue the 65-minute turnaround. You heard Gary mention it. We've talked about it a little bit earlier in the broadcast as well, if you're just tuning in. Normally it's 75 minutes. Now it's 65. And when you have a problem, then it becomes critical. As we get ready for the final pair here in Funny Car. Gary Dencham in the right lane. Tony Bartone over in the left lane.
And I'll tell you, Gary Dencham, that car's been run very good in qualifying. He made 3 very nice runs, very consistent, but we have different conditions right now. We'll see what happens. Tony Bartone made a couple good runs also.
Gary Dencham takes the win light, 4.75 seconds, 320 miles an hour. So Dencham, he'll actually have lane choice over Del Worsham in second round competition.
Nice job by Gary Dencham and the team. I mean, Tony Bartone had about a 100th of a second, a little over a 100th of a second advantage off the starting line, but Gary Dencham and the tune-up on that car, he was hauling the mail through the middle of the course, but watch how close he gets at the finish line. Now remember, if he would have took those blocks out, he'd have been disqualified. He crosses the center line, but it's after the finish line, so he's still good to make it to the next round.
So Gary's second round win of the year is going to put him into second round action here. As you take a look at the Funny Car ladder presented by Lucas Oil, John Force has cut the lead down to 96. Ron Capps will join us for second round action here in the penalty box. Then you can also see who has lane choice with Gary Scelzi, Robert Hight, and Gary Dencham over on the other side. As we get ready to go to commercial break, that is more of the action going on in Eric Medlin's pit as they are up against the clock today with the quick turnaround established by the weather. So as they continue to work, we'll change gears and get ready for the factory hot rods. When we come back, it will be Greg Anderson, the #1 man, and against the two guys that live just 30 miles down the road, Warren Johnson, who holds the track speed mark, and son Kurt.
Today's Speed World presentation of the NHRA Summit Racing Southern Nationals, brought to you by the new side sampler from Pizza Hut. Go for the good stuff. Scott's Turf Builder +2 kills dandelions and gives you a thick green lawn. And TomTom. Learn more at TomTom.com.
Welcome back to the 26th running of the Summit Racing Equipment Southern Nationals. We're getting ready for first round of Pro Stock. That's Mike Edwards closest to you. And V Gaines over in the left lane. More on this matchup, but first, let's check in with Gary Gerould.
Gary Densham, excited. You were rock solid all weekend in qualifying. You throw this 75 down. I'm curious, though, with your crew, and I know you scramble to pull people together. Are you concerned about a shorter turnaround time today?
No, I got a great group of guys. I tell you, if anything we're a little concerned about, obviously we don't have the park steps some of the big high-dollar teams do, but I'll match my guys against any team out there. They do a heck of a job, and I mean, between, Greg and Todd and Ed, Melissa, all of them, I mean, I wouldn't trade them for the whole bunch out there, I'll guarantee you.
Driver doing a heck of a job, too. Good stuff.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Gary. As we take a look at our Pro Stock ladder now, presented by Lucas Oil, the arrow indicates who has the lane choice. 6 different winners in 6 races in Pro Stock. That's really the key right now. Is anybody going to double up here this weekend? There's some great first-round matchups. In fact, one of them coming to the line right now, the numbers 8 and 9 qualifiers. Mike Edwards right there is one of our 6 winners, but since his win at Houston, he's lost first round at Las Vegas and Bristol. And V Gaines, he's been struggling with his driving all year. He has a red light and 3 whole shot losses, Mike.
And that's got to be playing on his mind because remember, Pro Stock a lot of times is more often than not is decided on the starting line.
And again, V late off the line. And it's going to cost him another whole shot. Mike Edwards runs a 6.77 to the quicker, but losing 6.72. But listen to these reaction times. An 0.25 for Mike Edwards, a 1.91 for V.
I mean, I don't know what V gained. Something had to have distracted him because this was basically over as soon as V eventually let the clutch pedal out because, I mean, a 191 in Pro Stock, he just obviously had some kind of distraction. Mike Edwards has a good react time, makes a great run in that right lane.
We told you, Pro Stock, as we get ready for our second first-round matchup, it's the most competitive class. For the first time since '02, the NHRA Pro Stock class comes to Atlanta with no repeat winners. There have been 6 different winners in 6 races this season, and less than 150 points separate the top 5. Pro Stock is the most competitive class in Powerade Drag Racing Series. Almost any driver can win on any given day. And as we come back trackside, we get ready for Warren Johnson. Lives in Sugar Hill, just about 30 miles away from Atlanta Dragway. Does a lot of testing out here, but he always says it's never the same because they don't prep the track for like they do for a national event. So he says it's not as much an advantage as some people would say, but he still has quite a few wins here.
Well, yeah, and like he's right. You're not comparing apples to apples, but one thing he does know, he knows where all the bumps are on this racetrack by making all those runs, and that gives him a little bit of an edge, maybe.
Yeah, he has 5 total wins here at Atlanta, just to give you the total. Larry Morgan in the left lane, and Morgan drills the tree. An 0.18 light. And again, our second whole shot in a row. Morgan puts the professor on the trailer. A 6.72 elapsed time to the quicker, but losing 6.71. And that is WJ's second race in a row where he has lost on a whole shot.
Wow, and you see Warren, I mean, left side of your screen, the car made a move, but he had a great 60-foot, good to 330, but it just wasn't enough to reel in that starting line advantage by Larry Morgan.
You can see the reaction down on the starting line as we get ready for our next pair. Let's quickly check in with Dave Reef.
Del Worsham beat Jim Head. Del Worsham didn't run 333, not when you kick out a couple of rods like that and have damage like that.
No, we didn't. It was on a great run. We got to about the 8th mile, and for some reason it dropped 3 cylinders at 3.2 seconds. when it did that, the engine just obviously started laboring very bad, and being race day, I'm not going to lift, so I left my foot in it, and result was a win light for the Checkers Trucks Craig car, and the result was 3 blown out rods. But we got to win. I think I know what the problem is. I think we've figured out why I dropped cylinders, and looking forward to the next round.
Certainly got a team that can handle the quick turnaround too. Gary Densham up next for Dale Worsham.
And as we finish up and you look at the run that Dell had, we come back trackside. We can tell you that in that losing effort to make it worse for Warren, he set a new track speed record at over 206 miles an hour. He's really going to be angry.
Boy, that's adding insult to injury. But, it's a situation. I mean, the track conditions right now are very good for Pro Stock. Just like the fuel cars, they have to make adjustments for the track. A little bit different. What they try to do is they may change the gear ratio. They'll obviously put more clutch on it, and they'll also change the 4-link, which basically will free up the race car because the track is so tight to get that car to accelerate forward.
Ricky Smith in the left lane coming off DNQs at Las Vegas and Bristol. Alan Johnson, a winner here in 2002, but he has not won a round of racing this season. And here we go. Who's going to go in first? It's Alan Johnson. Johnson has won his first round of racing now in 07. He cut an 0.15 light, runs a 6.71 elapsed time at 205 and change, and takes the win here in first round at Atlanta.
Alan Johnson did a great job. When the car launched, it kind of picked the front end up, which, you don't want to do. You kind of want it to move out forward, but it didn't pick it up too high because he still had a great number, great reaction time, and a great win.
And there's Dad. He loves it. His son has put himself into second round. That's Roy, and congratulations to them. And there's Larry Morgan. He's at the far end with Gary Gerald.
Larry, you were just saying that when you got out of the car that it's a loose racetrack out there. Explain what that means.
I guess I was probably, what I'm referring to is right after I got off the line, it just started getting loose on me. Down track seemed to be pretty good, thank God, because I had just enough to get by Warren. Beating him here, I kind of hate it, but I'm just trying to make up ground for all the time he beat me, so hopefully we can get this Dodge in next round.
Hey, 4 whole shot wins thus far this year. That ties you with, I believe, Erica Enders for that distinct honor thus far this season.
Did it?
Ah.
Thank you.
That's the older and the young. And the young is at the line right now. Notice I said older, not old, period. I want Larry not to come up into the booth and start racking me up inside the head.
Good thing. Good thing you did that.
All right. Ed, let's talk about Erica and David Howard, because there's Dave's record this year in 06. 1 up, 3 down. He's 18th in the points. Won his first round of racing this year back at Bristol when he beat Max Naylor in the first round. Of course, Erica right now 3rd in the points championship chase. 99 markers behind Greg Anderson. Well, Erica has run a 6.69 second elapsed time. That is a track record, 2:05.72. And look at Dave Howard. He runs 2:06.20 miles an hour, but that's not going to be good enough because he runs a 6.72 elapsed time, and he's second to the stripe. Now, that speed is the same, identical to what Warren Johnson ran.
I think you need to give both these teams credit. They did a great job. Dave Howard made a nice run, got a good reaction time, slightly better than Erica, but Erica made a great run. And there's a Valvoline winner's cam. There's a difference at the finish.
So as she rolls out at the far end of the racetrack, we're going to take a commercial break. And there's Gary Densham. You talk about an old school drag racer. He's not out there taking care of sponsors and the fans right now. He's worried about his race car because he works on it. Stay with us. Back here at the Summit Racing Equipment Southern Nationals, one of the 2 Summit cars coming to the line right now. In fact, it's Jason Line, as we've got an onboard camera. He'll be over in the right lane up against the number 14 qualifier, Dave Conley.
And this was a matchup I picked earlier today on NHRA Today because I feel it's the 2 young guns. Jason Line coming off that Bristol win where he drove flawlessly, very consistent 0.30 reaction times. He's up against Dave Connolly. Dave Connolly, Mr. Reaction Time. He can usually get the big numbers off of the tree and wins a lot of races on hole shots.
Remember, Jason's coming off his first career sweep back at Bristol. That is winning the race, qualifying number 1, setting low ET, and top speed of the meet. Can't do any better than that. A 008 light for Conley. And the win light light for Conley in another hole shot. Our third one this set round. 670 the elapsed time to a 669 at 206.23 miles an hour. Fourth hole shot lost this year for Jason Line, and he did not have a really disastrous light. It was 040, but when Conley cuts a 008, you're in trouble.
008. That's 8 thousandths of a second from perfect, or 9 thousandths of a second from red lighting and giving it all away. But Dave Conley, he is fearless when it comes to nailing that tree, and what a job he did. On board with Jason Line. Boom, you see right there. Dave Conley gets that jump off the starting line. That's what he needed because Jason Line was coming on strong.
You want to make insult to injury again? That ET and speed, both of them track records for Jason Line, and he loses at the Valvoline Winter Cam shows you. Let's go to Gary.
Erica, we were just talking with Larry Morgan. He was talking about he was a little bit loose coming off the line. How about for you? This is a track record with that 69.
No, the track felt all right. I believe I was a little bit tardy, but we won a 69. I can't thank my guys enough. We put in a new motor yesterday, and just to have that Cagnassi racing power behind it. All the folks from Slammers Ultimate Milk are in town from West Palm this weekend, and we are just happy to be consistently going rounds on Sunday.
We'll see you in round number 2. And Dave Conley, come on up here, son. Haven't had a chance to talk to you for a while. Things are turning around. How about a 008 light?
That works for me. I mean, when you're running somebody like Jason, you got to be on your game, and his team made a pretty nice run there. We went 70, and feeling pretty good about today. It was a tough round, and we're going to take his Skull Gear Chevy Cobalt to the next round and see what we can do against, I don't know who we're running, but
we'll find out. How about Tommy Yutt now as your new crew chief this week?
Me and him have had a good relationship, you know, whether he's my crew chief or not, and to have him back working for us is awesome. I mean, he really shines on race day, and that just proved it right there.
You've got Alan Johnson, by the way, next round.
All right, as you finish up another hole shot, and Kurt Johnson gets the winning side this time by 4 1,000th of a second, a 6.719 to a 6.715. It's the third hole shot loss this year for Ron Krischer. Unbelievable. We thought this was going to be a good round of Pro Stock based on what we saw in Top Fuel and Funny Car, and we have not been disappointed.
Yeah, when you see Top Fuel and Funny Car with the close of racing that we saw in that first round, you knew Pro Stock was going to step up, like you said, Marty, and boy, we have seen some great racing.
All right, let's time now for our look at our Checker Shucks Cragen Tractionary, and let's talk about a hole shot win.
Yeah, especially since we're seeing a lot of them. It's a win achieved with a slower elapsed time by the driver with the quicker reaction time, and that is because, remember, folks, each lane is timed individually, so if a driver gets an advantage off the starting line, he can win the race with a slower elapsed time.
4 out of our 6 races so far have been determined by hole shots. As you see already down on the starting line, Greg Stanfield, there he is in the left lane. The number 16 qualifier up at Greg Anderson over in the right lane. Now this is a rematch of Las Vegas first round. If you remember, Greg was number 16 there. He took out Greg Anderson on, guess what? A hole shot.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that man right there, Greg Anderson, remembers it.
Oh, he would never cut Greg Stanfield any slack. He knows what a great racer he is. Greg Anderson, a great racer in his own right, obviously with all them championships. But Greg Stanfield, he can step up at any time. And you got to remember, he didn't get his run. He was one of the runs that got disqualified on Friday night. He got in on the last session yesterday, one of the few guys to improve. He went 6.75.4. Greg Anderson that same session went 6.75.4. Different conditions, but it kind of gives you an idea. These guys are very closely matched, even though they're 1 and 16.
Dead even off the line. Oh, and he's done it again! Stanfield puts the number 1 qualifier and the points leader on the trailer. 6.71 the elapsed time to a 6.74, and now the door opens for Erica Enders because Greg Anderson and Jason Line, number 1 and 2 in the points, are out of here in first round.
Watch a replay. Greg Stanfield got a slight advantage off the starting line, but that's not won the race. You saw Greg Anderson when he let the pedal out, went from first to second gear. This car got all kinds of loose out there. Makes a lot of horsepower. We talked about getting that setup right. Right there. Look at the car turn sideways, spinning the tires, shaking, all kinds of sideways. Lost a lot of momentum right there. That's what allowed Greg Stanfield to get the win.
Take a look on board. The second first round loss this year for Greg, and both of them at the hands of that man over in the left lane, Greg Stanfield. Unreal. Let's go to the far end.
Well, Greg Stanfield, Greg Anderson, he took a little sachet to the right as he came off the line. I don't know if you see anything like that or not from your seat.
My point of view, I definitely didn't see it. Definitely knew we was out on him at about 300 feet. I got to say, thanks to Piranha Z, Royal Purple, my team, Don and Bart Price, for all the support, all the manufacturers who help us. Good job.
You were telling me earlier this week, 3 different times this year you've lost by 3 thousandths, 4 thousandths, 5 thousandths of a second. Here you are winning. You've got Mike Edwards coming up.
Hope we can keep it going. Thanks.
Thank you.
And this is the Summit Racing Equipment Southern Nationals. Both Summit cars are toast. Jim Yates, Mike Thomas on the line right now. Yates in the right lane. Yates first off the line. That's important. And the win light to Yates in another hole shot. Unreal. That's our 5th hole shot here in the first round of 8 races. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Mike Thomas takes it into the sand at the far end of the racetrack, and it looks like there'll be a little body damage on the front of the nose. That is Kenny Koretsky right there. He's the car owner. He says, okay, he's okay. We can fix the damage. No problem. The chute's malfunction, and Mike does a good job of keeping the car straight at the far end of the racetrack. Michael?
Well, he was doing some driving there at the end with the chutes not open, and a pro stock after, running through the lights at over 205 miles per hour. Take a look on the right side of your screen. No chutes, no chutes. Right now, let's get on the brakes. Let's get on the brakes hard. A little too hard where he got sliding just a little bit. Smoking, he lets off. At that point, he's just trying to get it straight, get it straightened up to go into that sand, and the sand does its job and stops him safely.
Take a look from a different angle.
Yeah, you see the chutes. Look like the chutes just got caught in the wheelie bar somehow, because it looks like they were out of the pack, and then they just maybe got tangled together, I think is what happened. They never blossomed, so never got that impact from the air hit in the parachutes, and boy, that's a sinking feeling sometimes.
And meanwhile, when all this was happening at the far end of the racetrack, our camera caught this action. That's Greg Anderson, not real thrilled with the fact that he lost in first round to Greg Stanfield. So as they back the car out, we'll show you our Pro Stock ladder presented by Lucas Oil, and you'll see that Greg Stanfield has lane choice, as does Erica Enders with her matchup with Jim Yates. And then over on the other side, Kurt Johnson over Larry Morgan, and Dave Conley over Alan Johnson. That could be a real good one. Both guys try and bang the tree hard. So as we get ready to shift gears, it'll be time for Pro Stock Motorcycle when we come back. And there's Mike Berry. He's here at the track, a little wounded, but he's still here, and we're glad to see him. And we'll talk to him when we return to Atlanta Dragway.
Black and blue.
Welcome back to Atlanta Dragway here as we're getting ready for second round action in Funny Car. That's Dale Worsham's camp as they're getting ready for their battle. That's upcoming. We still have first round of Pro Stock Motorcycle, but man, we want to talk to first before we go to the action on the track is Mike Berry, because if you were with us yesterday, he had a terrible crash. Dave Reed has caught up with him.
Great to see Mike Berry back at the starting line. How are you feeling this Sunday morning?
Oh, pretty good considering, I guess, the circumstances.
The circumstances which are still confusing to you. You and I were just talking about the computer data, which was salvageable. What did it show?
Well, basically, it just showed that we didn't have any wheels that locked up or anything, but we're all a little puzzled as to what exactly did happen, because everything from the computer data looked normal.
No brake pressure, anything like that?
No, I mean, the wheels all turned free and the bike rolled well, and so we're puzzled at this point.
The news is good. You rolled well enough, too, to at least be here today. We look forward to seeing you back soon.
All right, thanks, guys. We wish Mike a quick recovery. It's due back Chicago in about 4 weeks, and that is George Bryce warming his hands down the starting line. It's time for Pro Stock Motorcycles.
Check this out.
2005 was the year of the Harley-Davidson V-Twins. They dominated the Pro Stock motorcycle class. But 06 been a different story. Angel Sampea shut out the rest of the field, piloting her Suzuki to wins in the first 2 events. There's a lot of racing left this year, but so far, Sampea is the rider to beat. All right, the first pair out in round number 1 had Craig Treble and Matt Gadara, and get ready for a lot of red and a lot of hole shots. It's one or the other, it seemed like here, because it was Gadara going red. Treble steps on it really nicely. He goes 7.08 seconds to take the round win. Then that would bring us to Chip Ellis up against Marco Andriano as You saw treble. As Andriano gets his first ever round win as he beats Chip Ellis in a hole shot. 7.11 seconds the elapsed time for Marco. Then it was Matt Smith and Tom Bradford coming to the line. And with Bradford taking the win here, both of George Bryce's bikes were on the shelf after first round. Bradford goes 7.23 seconds, as you saw. And then we move on to Gino Scali and Angel Sampei. Now, Angel has been perfect so far this year. 8 rounds up, none down until right there. Gino Scali dumps her in a hole shot. 7.07 seconds the elapsed time. From there, it was Karen Stouffer. She's up against Joe DeSantis. Stouffer takes the win light closest to you, 7.12 seconds. Then the remaining Army bike, Antron Brown and Ryan Schnitz. And get ready, because Antron stands it on its ear. Track record elapsed time, 7.045. Antron takes the win easily over 7.12 for Ryan Schnitz. Then you got Andrew Hines and GT Tonglet, 2 Harleys side by side. Now Hines cuts like an 0.80 something light. He should have gotten it handed to him, but he runs a 7.10 elapsed time, beats his teammate, moves on to second round competition. Then watch this final matchup. Michael Phillips catches Sean Gann taking a long nap. He runs a 7.14 elapsed time, takes the win to a 7.07. That's right. Big hole shot win for Michael Phillips. All right, take a look at our matchups in second round. It'll be Antron Brown and Gino Scali with lane choice. And then over on the other side, the lane choice will go to Marco Andriano and Tom Bradford. So you want to go to a fast ride down the quarter mile on 2 wheels? This is the safest way to do it. Let Craig Treble take you along for the ride. Stay with us. Top Fuel, second round when we come back. Getting ready for burnout for second round of Top Fuel. Welcome back to the Summit Racing Southern Nationals. We're at Atlanta Dragway getting ready for Brandon Bernstein in the right lane, Morgan Lucas in the left lane, and joining us here in the penalty box, our points leader in funny car, Ron Capps. Now, we're only going to bring this subject up one more time. Put a cap on this weekend. You know he, that was no pun intended. You know he gave you a nickname. He's nicknamed you Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh, is that right?
So now you're
couldn't tell the difference.
You said penalty box, boxing or hockey match. I don't know what we're involved in here, but what do you want to know? Is it over?
Well, yeah. How is it between you and Whit now? Where's this going from here?
I hope it's good. You know, this is either going to make it worse or better, and I think it's going to make us stronger as a team, and him and I. And you know, Whit's a little bit different. He's a very passionate person, and, you know, things happen when we get excited. That's why a lot of drivers get out the other end when your guys are interviewing them down there, and it's just adrenaline. So I think it's going to be good.
All right, let's get back to the track side. As you can see, there is Brandon Bernstein into the eyes of Morgan Lucas. As we get ready for second round action, take a quick look at our ladder. You can see the arrow indicates who has the lane choices. We are getting ready for the first matchup. Our #1 qualifier against the #9 qualifier.
The track conditions are very similar to what we saw in the previous round. 79-degree track temperature. It's still going to be tight. They're going to be able to throw everything at it, and it should be able to stick.
Bernstein doesn't move. Oh, and Morgan's car was eating itself up at the other end. Only manages a 4.85 second elapsed time. The tree apparently never activated on Brandon's side, or did it?
Well, we saw early in the year, Mike, you remember they had a oil problem or something where Tim knew it, and they had Brandon.
Yeah, I think it was in Phoenix. They had an oil pressure problem. You're right. An oil pump went bad, and they actually went and staged a car and didn't run the thing. But let's see if we can tell by watching the Christmas tree. Right side of your screen, you see he went in deep. I saw the tree would look like it was activated to me.
Yeah. I think there was a problem because he rolled it in deep to, I think, get Lucas off his game, so he must have had a problem.
Well, we'll find out as there's Connie Coletta talking to Kenny Bernstein. As we'll try and dig up to what happened to Brandon. Our #1 qualifier is out. Take a look from this side, guys.
Left side of your screen is going to be Brandon's side. Driver can't see the other side, but you saw he went in deep, put the top light out, and then he just never really hit the throttle. So I agree, probably a situation like they had in Phoenix where they had an oil pump problem, didn't have oil pressure. He knew if he would have took it down, it was going to blow the engine up pretty quickly anyway. So we'll have to check and see what exactly happened there.
So in Top Fuel, the no #1 qualifier has yet to win a race this season. So that is a little bit bizarre. Let's check in with Dave Reef.
Down with the disappointed Greg Anderson, the leader in Pro Stock points. Greg, this race, so many reasons to be disappointed. Where do you begin?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know, Dave. It's just a bummer, you know. It's kind of a love-hate relationship with this place. I've won here. I've had, many years where I got to the final, just couldn't close the deal. So I don't know, something about it. I always run well here. Obviously, we qualified 1-2 with both cars, but a double knockout first round, that's not good for our sponsor, Summit Racing Equipment. We really wanted these two cars in the final at the race they sponsor, but you know what? If you make a mistake in this class, no matter how small it is, you're going home early. That's how tough this class is right now, and yeah, we're disappointed, but it's done. It's over. I'm sorry to my sponsors and everybody else, but we got to go home, work harder, try and turn it around when we get to Columbus.
Sorry to say this, Ron Capps, but another point leader joins you out in round #1.
Well, he asked you how it felt to be the points leader coming out. What do you think? You can identify.
It's been a brutal week, and there's going to be races like this, and it seems to go in waves where just people can make up points, lose points, gain points, and you just kind of chalk it up to one of those weekends and get in your car and hit the road.
Yeah, the thing you always have to remember, we are only at the 1/3 mark of the season, race number 7 of 23. As we get ready now for Melanie Troxel in the right lane, Hillary Will in the left lane. Significance of this matchup, it's the first time since 2002 at Sonoma that two of the ladies have lined up side by side in Top Fuel. That was Melanie racing Rhonda Hartman-Smith back then. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Full Throttle Challenge, Mike.
Yeah, that's basically on qualifying. It determines the best car as far as performance and consistency in qualifying. You see, Hillary Will was the best based on that, and that was the 4th time this year that team has done that. They've been doing a good job in qualifying. Now they want to turn that over and make it pay off on race day for them.
On-board camera with Hillary looking from the front of the car back towards the rear. Win light goes to Melanie, and look at the elapsed time. 4.49 seconds at 3:31. Hillary ran a 4:50 elapsed time at 3:24. Now at 3:31, that's a career best speed for Melanie, and she was first off the line, first to the stripe, guys.
Great job by Melanie Troxel. Remember, she red lighted last weekend in the 2nd round. First round this weekend, she was a little bit hesitant, but she nailed the tree. 075 light. You go on board with Hillary right there behind her. Great run by the team, a 450 at 324, but it just wasn't enough to get Melanie's 449.
Yeah, Melanie's car, you watch, the right lane's got a little crown to it. It actually tries to drive you to the outside a little bit.
All right, as they get out at the far end of the racetrack, let's check in with Dave Reef. What happened with Brandon Bernstein?
Well, let's find out. The car's back. You're already dressed in civilian clothes. Your dad has left. Obviously, a lot of frustration down here. What's up?
Yeah, it is. This Budweiser Lucas Oil car is running so good, and then we qualified #1 and everything, but one of the crew guys spotted a frame rail that's bent after that last run in the pits after we warmed it up. So it was a good call on his part. He caught it, TJ caught it, and it was a great call. And, you can't run these cars like that. I mean, there's just no way. The frame rail's pretty bent, and it must have happened on that last run. And it's just unfortunate because, we had a good race car today, and hopefully, we can get back up there.
So now what do you do to prepare for Columbus with 2 race cars that went down this weekend?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we've got a new one, a brand new one at the shop, too. So what we're going to do is probably take this one back up to Murph's and get it fixed, and then we'll have 2 brand new ones, hopefully.
Shop in Indianapolis?
Yeah, the shop's in Indy, so it's close, so we can go right up to Murph McKinney and get it done. But it's still gonna be a thrash this week for the guys.
Very costly weekend for this team. Brandon Bernstein very frustrated.
All right, let's go back and take another look at this run, see if we can see what happened and why this would bend. And then, guys, I want you to explain why would you still go and stage the car?
Well, I mean, basically, you're taking 8,000 horsepower and you're moving it down that racetrack that hard. It takes, the chassis take a lot of, fatigue and work on them. So obviously that caused the problems there. But you're always going to go up and stage the car. I don't care if you got a problem because you never know. The guy in the other lane could actually red light, or he could cross the center line or hit the wall, and you could just coast down there and at least get a round win.
Time now for Larry Dixon in the left lane. Rod Fuller over in the right lane. What a wild race. Dixon takes the win after the car hikes about 6 feet into the air, and then Fuller looked like he crossed the center line about half track.
Well, wasn't it you, Mike, that were against Larry years ago when I was his teammate? He did a wheel stand and crushed the front end and won the round. And look at this. I mean, that's a great driver.
Did he have it up there?
And I think he let off and let it down easy. I mean, he does a great job.
You're perfect, Ron. We showed that video to everybody yesterday, and he cringed when he saw it then, and this brought back the memory, didn't it, Mike?
Yeah, 1999. The only thing back in 99, it knocked the wheels and the tires off it, and he went screaming by me at 200 mile an hour with no front wheels. And I thought, well, this kid is out of his mind. But watch this. As the clutch comes in, it just drives it up onto the wheelie bar, probably unloads the tires a little bit, and puts a cylinder out. And look at him feathering the throttle, just doing a great job to bring that thing down and not blow the tires out this time and get it to the finish line and into the next round.
Now that is a Murph McKinney chassis. Brandon Bernstein runs the Hadman chassis. They are built a little bit differently, but I guarantee you the team will be going over that car from top to bottom. Let's go to the far end. There's Larry.
What were those words you just said? I think you said that was lucky, huh?
Lucky for the win light.
Look over here at the monitor and tell us about it.
God, it left good. You can see it had the front end up, and I mean, it was just felt good, it was strong, and it just wouldn't keep the front end down, and it was going. Wheelie bar obviously is working there, and when it got up to where you can't see down the track, you got to kind of get off the throttle, but you're still racing. You don't know where the other guy's at. So you stand back on the gas, and it had holes out, and God, it was ugly. And I just kept waiting for him to drive by, and he never drove by, and got the win on the light with the Miller Lite car. Just like that.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Boy, you earned your paycheck right there, I think, for the day. Or at least an extra case of Miller.
At least it'll get us to the semis. Thank you.
All right, you've been in that situation, Ron Capps, in a Top Fuel car, in a funny car. What's it like?
It's a feeling. You don't see the guy. You're glancing out your side window. Mike can tell you, the front end's in the air. It's running good, and there's nothing better. You sign up to drive one of these things. When the front end comes up, you feel like when you're a kid and you watch these guys race, you're heroes, man. You're wide open, front end in the air, winning the round, nobody next to you. The unfortunate part is it came down really hard, and with everything that's happened today, they better look that chassis over really, really well.
And let me correct something. I think I put Brandon in a Hadman chassis. He also runs a Murph McKinney chassis, just like Larry Dixon.
And the one thing they're really going to have to look at is that bottom frame rail, because a lot of times it'll sag that bottom rail and really change the way the car works.
All right, now, this is a big run, especially for Tony Schumacher. Doug's looking to go 2 in a row. He won last time out at Bristol. But for the guy in the other lane, right there, Tony Schumacher, he has a chance at a new national record if they can pull it off. But he's got to win this round also. He's got to close the points gap. Not going to happen. So the car goes up in smoke, and Doug goes 4.47 seconds, 325 miles an hour. And if you were with us in qualifying, and hold on, he can't get it stopped, and he's going to try. Boy, I thought he was going to try and make the turn for a second, but he sneaks it right in there, guys, and doesn't look like there's a single bit of damage.
No, he did a great job. Doug, I've raced dirt with him in Sedalia last year, and obviously he's raced USAC midgets. If there's a guy that can turn a dragster down there at an unsafe speed, it's Doug Coletta, and I don't think that chassis is hurt at all. It went in real easy, and I don't even think the front end got hurt at all.
Let's take another look at the run. Tony's up in smoke at the hit of the throttle, and then no shoots.
But how about Ron Tobler? He put a tune-up on that thing, 281 miles per hour at the 8th. Finish line, he was running 325 miles per hour. No shoot. He thinks he's in that sprint car trying to set it up for turn 1 again, and realizes, maybe I ought to nose her in the sand a little bit. And like Ron said, I don't think it hardly did any damage, maybe just a little bit of cleanup.
But the other thing, and this is another reason that he is such a good driver, you notice he didn't lock the brakes up, which gets you guys in that rhythmic bounce. When you're up in the air, you're not stopping anything.
No, and that's key, is once it starts bouncing, you're in a heap of trouble. So you got to apply the brakes really soft. And the chutes were out that just got dangled on the wheelie bar, it looked like.
All right, let's analyze Tony's run.
They just were way too aggressive right at the hit. That thing it didn't even make 2 tire revolutions before it started smoking the tires. You know, Tony obviously tried to get back in it because you never give up until you know you can't catch the other guy. He drove it about half track, knew he wasn't going to catch Doug, and then wisely got out of the throttle.
That's a respect factor, too, because Alan, obviously, he ran that number before, but if there's anybody else, notwithstanding anybody else in the class, but Connie Coletta and Ron Tober, they're a team that can run a 444 at any time, so you definitely, that was an epic round.
All right, we've got to take a commercial break. We'll talk to Doug Coletta when we come back. back, get his version of that wild ride at the far end. Back here at the Summit Racing Equipment Southern Nationals at Atlanta Dragway. The burnout side-by-side with John Force in the right lane and Tony Pedregon over in the left lane. And as they back these cars up, let's quickly put a period on Top Fuel. Catch up with Doug Coletta.
Well, Doug, I know you jumped out. The first thing you're looking at that race car, your quick assessment, is it going to be okay, do you think?
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Went straight in. It's going slow, you know, but I'm the guy that packs the chutes, so I guess maybe I didn't have them packed right or something. But, yeah, it was a great run. I was just glad to see that win light, and he got by Tony, so that was huge for us, and we're just looking forward to going to the next round.
Good stuff there. Thanks.
All right, so now we know what's happening there, and there is Larry Dixon's camp. They are going over the chassis, that Murph McKinney chassis from front to back, to see if there's any damage from the wheel stand that he put it in. Joining us in the booth, in case you're just tuning in, is Ron Capps, the Funny Car Points leader. And as we come to second round action, here are the best times from round number 1, with Robert Hight, Gary Scelzi, Cruz Pedregon, Gary Dencham, and John Force having the 5 best. Let's quickly take a look at the Funny Car ladder presented by Lucas Oil. You'll see Force, Scelzi have the matchups in round number 2 over Pedregon and Eric Medlin, as does Robert Hight and Gary Dencham. Shot. Tony Pedregon puts John Force on the trailer. And do you want to say something here, points leader?
I've learned not to celebrate in public, so I'm going to take
and I want to tell you guys, he just hit me when Force got beat. You're kind of on a roll this weekend, aren't you, Ron?
I'll tell you, we'll take those 100 points and just walk out of here, and that's big for us.
Yeah, I mean, I got the old big hit on the arm when he saw that. Tony Pedregon had 300 of a second advantage off the starting line. That's what he needed, because John Force was closing fast, and there's the margin of victory at the finish line.
And this is back-to-back races where John Force has lost on a hole shot. The reaction time, an 0.72 for Tony, a 1.04 for John. All right, in this week's Brewed Essence of the NHRA, we're going to break down the Funny Car Final from Bristol. This should make you happy, Ron, in which Capps beat John Force on a hole shot.
And we always think about driver reaction time when we talk about hole shot wins, but there's 3 factors involved in that reaction time number that we have to basically talk about. Look at Ron, he's there happy there. Now, the first thing is how the driver staged the car. Both John and Ron, you guys both went in pretty deep, so that's probably pretty much even. The second thing is how the driver reacts. Watch the butterflies over here on John's car. They're actually going to open just slightly before Ron. You see they're starting to open. Ron's are still shut. John's goes to full throttle. Ron starts opening his up. The third thing is how the car reacts when the driver hits the throttle. Watch the right side of your screen. Ron's car, clearly the engine comes up before John's. And then the last thing, and obviously you're going to see the light go out here. That means Ron got the advantage off the starting line, but not necessarily had the best driver reaction time. But all in all, the end result, it was still a hole shot win for Ron Capps.
And there is John. The last time he lost back-to-back races on hole shots, 2004, and he's not happy. And that was back at the beginning of the 04 campaign. So as we get ready for our next matchup, it'll be Gary Dencham in the right lane, Del Worsham over in the left lane. We can tell you, with John now out, Ron, your lead is 96 points and holding.
That's good. That's good right now.
You can breathe now. It's okay.
Oh, man.
All right.
A lot of racing left, Marty.
Oh, that's for sure. We're only 7 races in, and this one's not over yet. And the question is now, as we pointed out in Top Fuel, the #1 qualifier there has not yet won this year. Here was John, the #1 qualifier, and again in Funny Car, the #1 qualifier has yet to win this year in 7 races. What the heck is going on? Here we go. Good drag race. Gary Dencham was right with him until right about the 1,000-foot mark. Del Worsham gets the win. 4.78 seconds, 320 miles an hour.
You saw Del Worsham in the previous run really struggle when he put about 2 or 3 cylinders out about half track after on what appeared to be a very good run. Didn't have that same problem on this run. It looked pretty clean all the way to the finish line, and he's into the semifinals.
And let's check in at the far end, Gary.
John Force, you've been through these points things so many times in your career. You've been on the top side so many times. Here's an opportunity that looks like it's missed. How much is that hurting you?
That hurts a lot, but I'm a tough old man. I'll get over it. It's hard when the crew works this hard. I don't care what it says, what it looks like on TV. Bottom line, I get beat, and that's it. Tony did his job, and obviously I didn't. My car was quicker. I'm really mad at myself, and I'm going to try to fix this. I do the best I can, plenty of sleep. No, there ain't no partying, and he just got me, so I'll take my whipping and get ready for the next race.
See you in Columbus.
And again, I bet you after Austin sees our video, he might be looking to see if he can make that car react a little quicker, because we can't put it all on John, as we pointed out. All right, let's quickly get an Larry Dixon update. Dave Reef.
Indeed, they have all the body panels off of this car, making sure this chassis is absolutely straight. And what makes this kind of interesting is the fact that Brandon Bernstein just had a chassis issue that cost him a race, but all the body panels have been out. They've checked all the welds on all the uprights on this Murph McKinney chassis, as well as the welds on the A-arms. That's the very important part up by the front wheels. And so far, it has been determined that this chassis is going to be okay. Some extra attention, though, being placed on the front end of this race car right now.
All right, thanks for the update, Dave. So the work continues back there. Meanwhile, out on the track, you've got Robert Hight in the right lane, Cruz Pedregon over in the left lane.
It's got to be a great matchup. Jimmy Prock, this is what we would call Jimmy Prock conditions. I mean, this is, he's very capable of running a mid to low 60. I mean, you never know with Jimmy. And Cruz threw that 75 on us, and this is going to be another great round. This is just unbelievable racing.
Well, you're the points leader, and since Tommy Johnson got beat in the first round, that now means Force, Medlin, and Hight are second, third, and fourth, respectively. The Force team's coming after you, friend. Whoa, take a look at this. Cruz cuts a 001 light, and then Robert Hight runs a 468 to take the win.
That was a bad red light. I've been there.
Bad job of red light. You're exactly right, Ron.
Track record elapsed time, a career best time for Robert Hight.
Cruz did put it in deep with that top light out, but still 001. I mean, that's cutting it way too close, but he was going to need it, because obviously with Robert Hight running a 468 in the other lane, that was a great pass. Like you said, Jimmy Prock, that team, when he gets on his game, watch out.
Now, you saw the scoreboard show 410 miles an hour. Obviously, that is incorrect. That will not stand, but the 468 will, and it is the third quickest elapsed time. It ties the third quickest elapsed time in the history of funny cars. So we'll get a chance to talk to Robert in just a matter of moments, but there's Doug Coletta's camp as they're working on their race car, going over from top to bottom. So they've got the car back in the pit and looking for any possible damage. While we've got a moment, let's talk about Dr. Jerry Punch and Scott Goodyear, because you're going to be able to watch them all next week, in fact, for the next 3 weeks, as they will be bringing you Sports Center, presented by Weber Grills at the Indianapolis 500. Up-to-date information leading to the 90th running of the greatest spectacle in racing on ESPN2, weekdays at 5:30 Eastern. Now let's check in at the far end with Gary Gerould.
He's taking deep breaths, and boy, I hope you're savoring every one. 468 ties the third quickest run in 20 car history. How good's that sound?
Unbelievable. I tell you what, though, I think we need it out here. There's a bunch of good cars, and I tell you what, you can get beat on a hole shot any day. It is true like Pro Stock used to be. It's unbelievable. Hope I did my job on the starting line. This Automobile Club Ford Mustang is marching on.
You bet it is.
I think he's a little excited.
Man, I'm excited for Robert. Holy
And it's funny, Robert's usually such a low-key guy when you talk to him, but man, is he excited today. I guess if I ran a 468 in a funny car, I'd be excited too.
All right, here comes your other teammate, Gary Scelzi, along with Eric Medlin, and Scelzi will be in the right lane, Eric in the left.
Yeah, Mike Neff, again, like we talked about with Jimmy Prock, this is, again, Mike Neff weather. They've figured out this Charger body. Everything's going to be... I'm looking forward to running ours, but God, I know that Mike was just licking his chops in these conditions when we were coming up here.
When is your body going to be out?
Columbus. It's being painted now. So
the next race, you're going to have the Charger.
Race, yeah. Oh, look at some weird flames.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound right either, does it?
Does not sound good.
No. Yeah, there's something wrong there.
gives it away as he crosses the center line. There was definitely something wrong with Medlin's car. We could hear it. You could hear it at home. As soon as he came off the starting line, he pulls all the way over to the wall, and look at the marks.
Man, what an upset. I mean, that thing, you could hear it. It was obviously an ignition problem. The thing basically backfired as soon as he hit the throttle, blows the burst panel out, and then Gary Selty goes out and crosses the center line, which gives the win to Eric Medlin.
Now, he doesn't have to finish the run, am I right?
No, he does not.
Does not have to finish.
He does not have.
Worse.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this one, Gary's going to be kicking himself.
Oh, this one hurt me.
Yeah, left side of your screen. I mean, Eric's already out, done right there, and there's Gary. Just gets her out of the groove a little bit.
Left front tire off the ground, and you can see there. Started lifting left front end, and when it does that, it just takes the car, torques it over, and drives it over there. And it's an animal to steer when it does that.
See, and the track conditions are so good when you start applying the clutch that hard, it does make that front end light. And I guarantee you, Gary's in there turning the wheel, but the car just keeps going left.
So what it means is that Team Schumacher is on the trailer in entirety, not only in funny car, but in Pro Stock. If you remember, they didn't even qualify yesterday. Angel has already been sidelined, so it's only Melanie Droxel and Antron Brown left for Team Schumacher. I'm not meaning to rub that in on you. There's Gary at the far end. Let's check in, see what happened.
Well, we're bringing him over here to the monitor, and he'll get a chance to see for himself what's happened. Go ahead and roll it up, guys, and Gary, you tell us.
Well, I thought it put a hole out. It was trucking along, making a good move, and man, it started driving to the left, and I could not bring that thing back. No, it just moved over. It looks like the front end might have been up a little bit, but I had it full lock with my elbow as hard as I could go against it to pull it to the right. Damn, that's disheartening.
Don't think there's much more to be said, guys.
Well, I'll tell you, when it rains, it pours. And for Gary, he must feel like a tidal wave has just washed over him. With the way this season has gone, take another look at Eric Medlin, guys.
You could hear the ignition problem when he was, that thing just did not sound right idling, and then he gets out of the throttle, and as soon as he gets back on it, it just backfires. Probably blew the burst panel out of the manifold and then blows the burst panel out of the body.
All right, well, that means it's going to be time for us to take a commercial break, and we'll say farewell to Ron Capps, or should I call you Oscar for the rest of your days?
You call me whatever you want.
Okay, Ron Oscar Capps will be in Columbus in 2 weeks, and we'll wish you well then. And I know there won't be any more problems, right?
No, sir.
Okay. We got to take a commercial break. Stay with us. There's Gary Selzy. He's still trying to figure out what went wrong and why that car crossed the center line. Meanwhile, the thrashing Doug Coletta's camp continues because he could not get the car stopped before hitting the kitty litter at the far end. We'll take a commercial break. Pro Stock when we come back. Well, we still have threatening skies here at Atlanta Dragway, but so far we are into second round of Pro Stock. Track temperature at 79 degrees, which is much better than yesterday. As we get ready for the matchup between Larry Morgan and Kurt Johnson, you can see that our Pro Stock ladder presented by Lucas Oil has Greg Stanfield and Erica Enders with lane choice, as does KJ and Dave Conley. So as we get ready for this first matchup, Kurt will be in the right lane.
Up against Larry Morgan, who took out Kurt's dad in the first round on a hole shot, which we've seen a lot of hole shots today, not only in Pro Stock, but even in the field categories. But Pro Stock, like we've said before, you've got to be on your game right now. Look at Larry Morgan. Oh, I thought he went up there and staged both lights. I thought he saw both lights go on, but now they're both pre-staged, and someone will pull in, we'll go race.
Remember, we had 5 hole shot wins in the first round. A 009 light for Kurt Johnson, but he's dancing all over the track, and it's going to cost him. He had to get out of it. Larry Morgan goes 6.71 seconds at 2:04. Kurt started skating at about half track.
You know, and even as good as this racetrack is for the fuel cars, remember the Pro Stock cars, they'll do chassis adjustments on these cars to try to free them up when it's really good. But what happens, it gets a little bit too free out there, started getting very sideways. Kurt Johnson, as good as anybody in the business, he knew he had to get out of the throttle at that point and save the car, forget about winning the race, because there'll be another race in 2 weeks in Columbus.
Meanwhile, there is Eric Medlin mixing fuel, and the rest of the team is going to work. Remember, only a 65-minute turnaround for these Top Fuel and Funny Car competitors today. Normally, it's 75 minutes. Now we're going to get a lane change down on the starting line while all this is going on. It is Greg Stanfield with the lane choice.
and he is going to move over into the left lane.
It's got to be based on what he saw with Kurt Johnson out there getting very loose in that right-hand lane. Pro Stock drivers will normally tell you that right lane is a little bit bumpier than the left lane. That might have had a part of being the reason why he made that decision.
So it will now be Greg Stanfield, the number 16 qualifier. Remember, he put Greg Anderson on the trailer in the first round, just in case you were not with us. Number 2 in the points, Jason Line was defeated. Erica Enders has a big opportunity here, and while we're waiting for these guys to move into the beams, let's talk about what's going to happen in a couple of weeks, as we'll be in Columbus, Ohio for the Pontiac Performance Nationals, qualifying on ESPN2 and ESPN2 HD Saturday, May 20th, 10 Eastern. Then on Sunday, May 21st at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, it'll be NHRA Today with final eliminations at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Stanfield, second to pull in the pre-stage. Going in first.
Doesn't look like anybody wants to right now.
Oh, we've got a staging duel going.
There goes Mike.
There goes Mike Edwards. Edwards has the advantage on the line. But the win light goes to Greg Stanfield. He drives around him with a 6.72 elapsed time at 204 miles an hour. Edwards was a 6.76 at only 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, and Mike Edwards had 200s over Greg Stanfield off of the launch, but watch left side of your screen. Mike Edwards gets all kinds of crossed up early, and then the car starts to drift over the center, toward the center line. I'm sure that's why it slowed down on the mile an hour on the other end, and probably could have possibly cost him the race.
So we'll get another lane change now as we get ready for Dave Conley and Alan Johnson to come to the line. Conley having the choice. And as the burnouts are complete, let's check in and catch up with Angel Sampey as Dave Reef is with her.
The third of our 4 professional class points leaders to be gone in round number 1, watching very intently, waiting for Antron. Well, it started to look like an upset, but then this whole day is kind of going crazy, isn't it?
It's weird. It started off weird with the rain, but you know, I think there's something funny going on out there with the lights, and I'm not trying to make excuses for myself. I mean, the best light I had all weekend was the 030 in qualifying, and if you look at the ladder just now, the best light in the right-hand lane was Karen's 030. I was second with my 050, so I can't be too disappointed in myself, though, or my team. I had a 706. Antron's going to pick up the slack for me. Won the first 2 races. You know, what can I be upset about right now?
Crazy things have been happening this weekend.
Well, and something else that might strike everybody, not necessarily on the crazy side, but we've just figured out, looking at who is left in the Pro Stock field, we are guaranteed of our 7th different winner in 7 races.
Pro Stock has been, talk about the parity in Pro Stock this year. We've had it.
Right now, we've got Alan Johnson in the right lane, Dave Conley in the left lane.
2 very good levers on the starting line right now, and both had great react times in the first round.
Almost dead even. Well, Dave Conley and Tommy Utt are proving to combination. There he is Tommy who heads back after a 6.71 elapsed time to a 6.76 for Alan Johnson.
As you said, Marty, both drivers pretty much identical. Dave Conley, Alan Johnson had 2,000 of a second advantage. We're going to call that dead even, but had that little wiggle off the starting line like we saw the 2 previous cars. Just looks like that right-hand lane just isn't giving the Pro Stock cars what they need, and that's why everybody's with lane choices choosing that left-hand lane right now.
All right, so that brings us to Erica Enders and Jim Yates. Erica in the left lane. She will match up with Greg Stanfield if she can beat Yates, or it could be Jim, but Jim, he's been having trouble with the tree, although he did have a good reaction time in the first round.
This is a situation where lane choice becomes so critical because Erica was able to watch the cars in front of her and choose that left-hand lane. Up until this round, every car in every category, including motorcycle, had chosen the right-hand lane until Kurt Johnson went out there, got loose. Then the Pro Stock cars started choosing the left-hand lane.
Red light for Erica. She throws it away. Her first red light this year. She has a 6:70 elapsed time to a 6:71. And this one may come back to haunt them because they had an opportunity here to really close the gap on first and second in the points. Let's check in with Gary. Gary, you found out something about the right lane?
Well, I was tipped off. Kurt Johnson got out of his car, and you talked about he was the first one there. And he was saying this is a dangerous racetrack. It is too slick out there. Alan Johnson, when he got out of his car, he threw his jacket down, banged the door. He was so frustrated. He says they've lost control of the racetrack. Somebody has got to do something. That right lane is junk. There are some very frustrated, very angry drivers that were in that right lane.
Well, there's Alan Johnson. We could see him shouting off into the distance at somebody.
Well, it couldn't have been too bad because Jim Yates managed to run a 671 at almost 205 miles per hour in it.
There he is, slamming his coat down. We've got to get to a commercial break, but obviously as this story continues to unfold, we will bring it to you. Jim Yates has the lane choice over Greg Stanfield in one Pro Stock semifinal. The other goes to Larry Morgan, as we are guaranteed of our 7th different Pro Stock winner. That's Eric Medlin's camp. They're getting ready for semifinal action. Welcome back here to Atlanta Dragway. It is race number 7 of 23 on the NHRA Powerade Drag Racing Series as we're getting ready for second round of Pro Stock Motorcycle. But first, let's put a period on Pro Stock. Talk to Eric Anders. She's with Gary Gerald.
Jim Yates offering some consolation, but I don't know if a person can be consoled after a red light. And how bad do you feel like you've thrown away an opportunity?
I threw away a huge opportunity. I'm disgusted with myself right now, but you know, we get to load up and fortunately go to Columbus here in a couple weeks. Man, I'm so mad right now. I don't even know what to say. But thanks to Slammers Ultimate Milk, this track's been great, and we'll go get them next time.
And you can see the disappointment. She slams the roof of the car, but she's right. She'll get another chance in 2 weeks. One of these days it'll happen. Let's show you what happened in second round action of Pro Stock Motorcycle. Michael Phillips in the left lane, Marco Andriano over in the right lane. Marco is a little too early. He's going to be disappointed too because he throws away a nice 7:11 pass. Phillips gets the win, 7.18 seconds, courtesy of the red light. Then it was Andrew Hines in the right lane, Tom Bradford over in the left lane. Bradford first off the line by a bunch, but Hines has too much horsepower, 7.07 the elapsed time to a 7:16. In fact, Hines the only Harley left in the field. Antron Brown right lane against Craig Treble. This was a good race until about the 1,000-foot mark. Then all of a sudden, Antron pulls away just by enough to win. 7:06 to a 7:10. Both of them running 188 miles an hour. Then it was Gino Scali in the left lane. Karen Stouffer over in the right lane. Gino set up a tent and decided to camp out. Karen decided to go on to the next round. 7.11 seconds later at 184 miles an hour. So 3 Suzukis, 1 Harley. It'll be Antron with the lane choice over Karen Stouffer. And the other lane it will be, or in the other semifinal, it'll be Andrew Hines on the lone Harley with the lane choice over Michael Phillips. All right, let's go. We go to commercial break. Let's take one more ride on Craig Treble Suzuki, and that's a bumpy ride. Stay with us. We're coming back. This telecast is available in high definition on ESPN2 HD. And we welcome you back to Atlanta Dragway as we're getting ready now for semifinal action in Top Fuel here at the Summit Racing Equipment Southern Nationals. Let's check in quickly with Dave Reef.
Remember the old ad campaign, Why Ask Why? Let's start for Eric Medlin. Why he has a John Force body on this car. That's because he hurt his primary body in the first run. That the more aerodynamic Ford Mustang, the advantage they may need to get into the next round. Why is it on there? Like I said, they damaged the first body. They got lucky when Gary Scelzi crossed the lane in the second round. Why were they lucky? They had a motor problem. Why? Well, they had a problem with the fuel ignition system that feeds the number 4 cylinder in the manifold. Why? I can't go that far because I'm not a crew chief. But they do have the problem fixed and are on their way to the starting line.
All right, thanks, Dave. Let's talk about Top Fuel as you look at Morgan Lucas out of his car and over towards Melanie Troxel in the right lane. And it is Troxel with the lane choice in our first semifinal. Doug Coletta with the lane choice over Larry Dixon in our second Top Fuel semi. Melanie looking to go to her 6th final in 7 races. Morgan's been living on borrowed time, let's be honest. I mean, he has not had a real great race car.
Yeah.
Yeah, on paper, I mean, basically this is all Melanie Troxel, but Morgan Lucas can get the run on the other end. He can give her a race.
Oh, did Melanie cross the center line? She ran 4.51 seconds at 318 miles an hour. There's Richard Hogan taking a look. He doesn't look too concerned. From the one angle that we saw so far, it was awfully close. Now, from the far end, Mike.
This is the angle that's going to tell us. I don't think she did, but she did get awfully close. We're going to see right now that thing really pushed over towards the center line. Remember, the tire has to cross that white line. It didn't even touch it, so right there, that's a good win for the team.
And another 20 valuable points, and she goes to her 6th final in 7 races. 7 out of the last 8 going back to last year. And that is Don Schumacher. He is not etched in stone. He's looking at the Motel 6 vision right off to the right there, as you can see Morgan go through. Last woman to go to a final here at Atlanta in Top Fuel was Laurie Johns when she won here 16 years ago. 26 years ago, we talked about the fact it was Shirley Muldowney who won the first ever Top Fuel race here. So, as we get ready for our other matchup with Doug Coletta and Larry Dixon, as soon as they do the burnout, we're going to go to the far end to Gary Gerald. He'll be caught up with Melanie Troxel. So, hang on for the burnout. The crowd loves it. Gary, it's all yours.
Well, Melanie, I don't know what it looked like from your seat. When things happen so quickly there, do you have any idea how close you were to hitting that center line?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I knew I was real close, and that moment passes through your mind where, oh, should I lift? But, you know, I knew I had to get it to the finish line. I assumed that they were going to run pretty good, so did my best to keep it in that lane. But, man, I tell you, this Torco Race Fuel Skullshine car, which try and say that 3 times fast, but oh, what a ride. I mean, that's a huge rush, especially when you come away with the win. These guys are doing such a great job. So, you know, this car's been perfect pretty much all weekend long. So I'm glad I could, you know, salvage a not so perfect run for him.
Back in familiar territory, going to the final.
Thank you.
And remember, she's coming off that red light back at Bristol just a week ago. And boy, she's really been on her game today. Now, Larry Dixon. Remember, they were checking that car out because of what happened in their last round.
Larry launched the car, had the wheels up off the launch, set it back down, but then as the clutch started coming in, just drives it right back up, hits the wheelie bar, brings her down kind of hard, drops some cylinders, but obviously that made them have to check that chassis over very, very closely.
Doug Coletta is just one step away from going back-to-back for the 2nd year in a row at the same 2 events. He won Bristol and Atlanta last year. He's already won Bristol this year. There's Don Prudhomme saying, not yet. We haven't got it quite yet. They run a 4:55 for Larry, but a 4:48 at 3:28.
How about Doug Coletta's crew chief, Ron Tobler, had lane choice, the first guy to pick that left-hand lane. That's because in the previous round when he didn't have lane choice, they ran a 4:47. He liked what he saw, so he stayed in that lane.
Number 1 and 2 in the points match up in the final, and it's number 2 with lane choice. Stay with us. Funny Car next.
Here we go.
To Speed Street this weekend. It's located at Atlanta Dragway. Glad that you're with us as we are getting ready for semifinal action in Funny Car. First pair up will be Eric Medlin and Tony Pedregon. Tony has the lane choice, as you can see in our Funny Car ladder, presented by Lucas Oil. Then his teammate, Robert Height, Medlin's teammate, will go up against Del Worsham. As you heard already from Dave Reef, it is the Castrol DTX body of John Force, as they needed to put that on Eric's car.
We look at Tony Pedregon in the right-hand lane. Has had a very good car today. A 476 and a 473 in the previous round. The thing's nice and steady. Eric Medlin, he's made it to this round with some luck. They've broken both their first 2 rounds, but they're here in the semis.
And it is is Tony Pedregon running 4.73 seconds. A disappointed John Force looks on. And Tony, he went to his first ever funny car final here in 1996, beating the man you were just looking at, John Force, for his first ever race win. He's going to go to the final again here at Atlanta Dragway.
Well, Eric Medlin had 500 of a second off the starting line, but by 330 feet, Tony Pedregon had already driven by and then just pulled away for the win. Another great run for that team. Ickey Venables, Kurt Elliott are doing a great job of getting that thing down the racetrack consistently every run.
And while we're waiting for Tony to climb out so we can talk to him, let's check in on Pro Stock. Dave Reef.
Down with Dave Conley's new man calling the shots. Tommy, you know, we've been talking about Dave Conley and trying to get a good chassis up underneath of that Victor Cagnazzi horsepower. How successful have you been? Looks like it's pretty good so far.
Well, we've been working on it all weekend. We seem to be making gains a little bit at a time, and the track seemed to come to us pretty good, and we're making good runs, and Victor's gave us good horsepower, and we're just going to see if we can go to the final.
Sometimes a little change in chemistry also helps as we go to Gary Gerould.
And Tony Pedregon, 473. Was that what you were targeting?
Well, we got some ground to make up. Yeah, we've really came into this race expecting a lot more, and whether it's hot or whether it's cold, that's the way we expect this Q machine to run. Appreciate all them engineers coming up with the product that's bulletproof. But Summit, Herzog, Palms, Pug, Sioux City, happy to be in a final again. I don't know what I'm getting tired from, but great conditions out here. We're just taking advantage of it, and got an awful good team that's hung in there, and it's finally paying off. We got some ground to make up, but final's good.
Thanks.
In the grandstands, that's Bob Vandergrift. He's watching this action in funny car. Robert Height will be in the right lane. Del Worsham over in the left lane. He's almost down near the finish line. The winner of this one, of course, will face Tony Pedregon in the final.
Oh, my. Did you see Height? He had to pedal the car, and he still runs 4.75 seconds at 324.
Is that amazing or what? I mean, when I saw him backpedal that car, I figured, well, that's it. And then that thing just kept on going. And to run a 475, getting completely off the throttle and back on. Wow, did Jimmy Prock have that thing tuned up or what?
It's Robert Height's second final here at Atlanta. He lost last year to John Force. This year he'll go up against Tony Pedregon. And we'll take a commercial break. Stay with us. Tony Pedregon, he will go up against the third member of John Force Racing today. He's already beaten the first two. Wow. We're getting ready for semifinal action at Atlanta Dragway in Pro Stock here at the Summit Racing Equipment Southern Nationals. And that is Greg Stanfield. He'll be over in the right lane in our first semifinal. He'll be up against Jim Yates, who has the lane choice, as you can tell by our Pro Stock ladder presented by Lucas Oil. And then in our second matchup, it'll be Larry Morgan with the lane choice over Dave Conley. And as they get ready to race, there is Jim Yates. Yates gonna have to be good on the tree against Stanfield because Greg has been drilling it pretty well. The win light to Greg Stanfield. Boy, they've run both 6.72 second elapsed times. Second career Pro Stock final now for Greg Stanfield. And Jim Yates comes close, but not quite close enough.
Boy, great drag race. It looked like Greg Stanfield just stood the thing up on the bumper, something you don't want to do, and then it got a little bit loose in the middle, but he still had enough to hold on and get the win over Jim Yates, and he's into the final.
And let's check in now, put a period on funny car with Robert Height.
Robert Height, how in the world did you maintain control after you pedaled it and then run a 75?
Trust me, I have no clue. My foot just moved after it shook real hard. And, you know, John always tells you, you'll just do things when it happens, and you'll know when to do it. And that's the first actual time I've ever had any chance and any luck pedaling a race car. And I'm racing Del Worsham. He's the first guy I actually worked for, Roger Prim's car. And, you know, I was in awe of him when I started 10 years ago. And to go out there and race and beat him is unbelievable. Thanks, Auto Club.
Man, number 3 in points, by the way.
That's right, Gary. He started the day 5th in the funny car points. Now we've got our matchup between Dave Conley in the left lane, Larry Morgan over in the right lane. Morgan
won this race here 16 years ago.
And Larry Morgan made it to the semifinals by taking out both the Johnsons, both Warren and Kurt. He's been on his game on the starting line, but he's up against, like we said, Mr. Reaction Time. Dave Connolly's always tough on the tree.
Conley is 9 up and only 2 down against Larry Morgan. Here we go. Almost dead even. The win light to Dave Conley, 6.69 seconds, 205 miles an hour. And Tommy Utton, his crew, Tommy takes over for his first race. There he is, and he's taken his driver to the final. Erica Enders, that's Victor Cagnazzi horsepower in that car, and she also runs that engine combination. As we take another look at the run.
Boy, just another great race and a great job done by both these teams. But how about Dave Conley? A 669 takes out Larry Morgan 670. They're plenty happy, and they ought to be. That's a great job.
Remember, this is a team that didn't even qualify a week ago, and here they're going to their first final here at Atlanta for the first time in their career. Take a look at the margin of victory. Incredible. 7 1/1000ths of a second. So there are the incrementals all the way down the track as we all get quickly into Pro Stock Motorcycle. Andrew Hines, the lone surviving Harley. He's in the right lane against Michael Phillips. Phillips first off the line, but was it enough? That answer would be no. 7.05 seconds, 188 miles an hour, and Andrew Hines is going to the final.
Boy, and Andrew Hines is looking awfully good. Just keeps getting better and better every run. Went a 7:10, a 7:07, and then that 7:05. He's looking awfully strong right now.
There's Conley and Larry Morgan at the far end of the racetrack. For Andrew Hines, remember, he was in the final at the last Pro Stock Motorcycle race at Houston. Here's another look. And meanwhile, there is Andrew at the far end of the racetrack as well. Who will he run up against? Karen Stouffer or Antron Brown? First, let's talk to him.
Andrew, 7:05. Are the Screaming Eagles back?
Yeah, the Screaming Eagles are back. You know, after that last second round pass, I knew that I had a few hundreds left in me in my riding ability. I slammed the Revliner pretty hard in first year. It's pretty much a rookie mistake that a champion made, but Screaming Eagle team knew what we had to do. We had a 108 760 foot that last round. This round, it felt just the same, and I knew I just had to have a green light and make a pass, and the B-Rob would go to the final, and it did.
We're going to find out who you're going to face momentarily.
And already pre-stage and stage. Here we go. Karen Stouffer in the left lane. Antron in the right. Oh, and it's over already. Stouffer breaks, and Antron's going to the final, but he will not have lane choice. A 7:06 at 189 will put him into the final up against Andrew Hines. So as he coasts on out, take another look and see what happened to Karen. We've got to take a commercial break. As you can see, bike comes down hard. She's out of it. Stay with us.
Today's Speed World presentation of the NHRA Summit Racing Southern Nationals, brought to you by Powerade. Sport is what you make it. And Summit Racing Equipment, the World Speed Shop.
And as we come back, this is action from earlier today. That's Eric Medlin. And there goes Eric Medlin. There's one big hand grenade. Time now for the finals. It's time now for Andrew Hines over in the right lane, Antron Brown in the left lane. Antron won here in 2001 over Andrew's brother, Matt. Can he do it again?
This is a great matchup. The two best bikes during elimination pretty much all through this weekend. Your number 1 qualifier, Antron Brown, gets your number 3 qualifier. Andrew Hines is going to be a great matchup. As Andrew's new wife, Tanya, watches on, hoping that Andrew gets a win.
She looks more nervous than he does right now, that's for sure.
005 on the tree. And the win goes to Antron Brown. So the Army team, there's Angel, and look at Tanya. She's almost in tears. And take a look, it is a whole shot win for Antron. His 7:09 to the quicker but losing 7:08.
Boy, Antron did the job on the starting line. 005, 5,000 of a second from perfect. It doesn't get much better than that. Had over 300 of a second off the starting line. That's what he needed. The race was close coming into this final. They both ran very good, 7:05 and a 7:06 respectively from the previous round. So Antron knew he had to be on his game. He rose to the occasion, and that's why he's your winner.
Take a look at the reactions down the starting line. That is Angel for Antron, his 15th career win, and more importantly, he takes over the points lead. And look at the disappointment on the face of Tanya. The first time as the bride of Andrew, her husband, is going to be the runner-up. No shame in that, though, because Andrew is only 7 points out of the lead. Angel is 6. Let's go to Gary.
This U.S. Army Suzuki team has done it. Angel won the first two. Antron, you've now added your name. What has this team got going this year?
Man, the U.S. Army and all the soldiers overseas and here are just supporting us so much. Sergeant Major Pritchard's back from Afghanistan, and my dad's back at the first race. Steve Tartaglia, my crew chief's doing a great job. And, you know, we can't do it with a team. I mean, we got Mako Tools backing us, Gates, Belts, and Hoses. We've got Trijicon. We've got Super Winch. We've got Keystone Automotive. I even got Brute to make me smell good. So
you got a whole shot win, too.
Yes, and it's been a great day. And, you know, this goes out to my team. Angel's the best because she kept me calm, and Steve said, you know what to do. So it's been an awesome day for the U.S. Army and the soldiers. Ha!
All right, we've got to take a quick commercial break. The rest of our finals when we return here to Atlanta. Pro Stock's up next. Back here at Atlanta Dragway, we're getting ready for the Pro Stock final between the number 14 qualifier, Dave Conley, and that man right there, the number 16 qualifier, Greg Stanfield. We're guaranteed of our 7 different winner in Pro Stock in 7 races. And Greg Stanfield trying to become the first to win from that number 16 spot since George Marnell did it at the Winter Nationals in 02.
Boy, and those qualifying positions tell you how competitive Pro Stock is. Anybody can win that qualifies in this class. Greg Stanfield, Dave Conley have proven that. Both have done a great job to get to this final round. This should be a very good race. Tommy Hutt's been doing a great job of getting that car together since coming on board this weekend for Dave Conley and getting him into the final.
Advantage Stanfield by 2 100. Buddies all over the track. And Conley is going to pick up his 6th career win, and what a return from a disqualification or from a DNQ. They didn't make the field at the last stop at Bristol, and they come out here with a brand new crew chief. Tommy Hutt's an instant winner. Dave.
Tommy Hutt, how about that? Just as simple as that, my man.
Wonderful, wonderful. David a little late on the light, but we made good runs with 69 to Greg 753, so it was a good day.
A lot of pressure on you coming into today?
No, I've been doing this a long time. It's just another race, but we wanted to see him win. On take Evan Noel, it was his birthday, so he got a good birthday present.
With the win, Dave Conley moves into 9th place in the points. Gary.
What a roller coaster ride you've been on over the last week and a half. What's it like to go from not making a show a week ago to holding that trophy right now?
I know we're all up and down. We go to the final at Vegas, can't make a show, and here we win this. I didn't know they made these things still. It's been so long since we had one, but no, before I forget anything, this one's for Evan Noel. He does everything for us. His birthday was Friday, and I didn't get him an alligator like Mike Ashley did, but this is the best I can do for you. The whole Skull Gear team, I mean, they did an awesome job. Let me get your breath. I can't forget nobody on this one. It's been a while. Mac Tools, Jags, all them guys, they help us out a bunch. Victor Cagnazzi's guys back at the shop. I mean, the engine guys, they've done a wonderful job, give us a bunch of horsepower and worked with us. I mean, it's awesome. I can't thank none of them guys enough. Tommy Hutt, John Hutt, Richard Hicks, Nick, the guy that we had working on engines. Them guys, this is theirs because Greg left on me in the final pretty good.
Congratulations, David.
That is the first win for Victor Cagnazzi Horsepower in Pro Stock. So congratulations to everybody there. Now let's turn our attention to Funny Car. Tony Pedregon's road to the final. Do you realize he could take out all 3 John Force cars today? And we're ravaging the record book trying to find out if that's ever happened before. We don't think it has.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but it's going to be tough for him to do it. Jimmy Prague, Robert Height, that car's run awfully strong. He ran a 475 backpedaling last round, so you know it has the horsepower.
Dave Reef?
Tony Pedregon ran a 479 in the Friday night conditions too, at only 275, so they knew they had a good car going in, despite the fact they were the number 9 qualifier here, and they know they have a very good chance at doing that, beating all 3 Force cars.
Well, he gets up for Team Force. He's never lost against Team Force cars since he left the team in a final. And the win goes to Tony Pedregon in a hole shot. 4.74 seconds to a 473. The speeds, both of them up over 320. An incredible finish, 96 10,000ths of a second. The margin. What a day of racing.
What a great day of racing. That's what happens when you got the cloud cover and a tight racetrack. You can throw all that horsepower to it, and everybody gives you side-by-side racing.
Let's go to Dave Reef.
First to shake Dickie Venables and John Medlin. You guys used to work together. You worked at John Force. He worked at John Force. You just single-handedly took them all out.
Well, we had a good day. You know, everything finally fell into place for us. This is kind of our type of weather and racetrack. John Medlin, great competitor. All those guys over there have a lot of respect for him, and it means a lot to beat him.
I think he needs to go somewhere and let it all out.
Take a look at the finish line. For Tony, he ties Kenny Bernstein now 3rd on the all-time win list with 30 funny car wins. Let's go to Gary.
Yeah, thank you,
Tony Pedregon, what does it feel like to know that you've just single-handedly eliminated the entire Force team?
Well, that's what we expect from this Q team, and they're going to love it. We beat the competition. I gave my word that we would do it. We've underachieved this year. Want to thank Great Stuff, Home Insulating Foam, Snap-on, Herzog, the whole Herzog family, Palms, Pug, everybody that's kind of been a little patient with us, and I think it's finally paying results. Want to say hi to my wife. My baby's home. I'm going to bring my little pug a trophy, and feliz Cinco de Mayo de todos los Latinos. Gracias. Good day for Powerade. Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Are you ready for this? Tony's win over John Force earlier today was the quickest side-by-side race in the history of the sport. This was the second.
And you see the incrementals there. Robert Hyde, even though he got left on, picked it up and was ahead at half track, but then watch, he drives over towards the wall. That thing gets a little bit loose, and that was just enough for Tony Pedregon to get by for the win.
That brings us to our final race here at Atlanta Dragway. Melanie Troxel looking to join Shirley Muldowney, Lucille Lee, and Lori Johns as a winner here at Atlanta Dragway. There is Hillary Will. She will be cheering for the guy in the other lane. Her teammate Doug Coletta looking to win his 26th race, which would break him with a tie for Gary Scelzi for 7th on the all-time win list. This is going to be a knockdown drag-out. I think Melanie's going to have to leave on him because he's got a little bit more performance today.
And that's going to be awfully tough to do because Doug Coletta is just fearless on that starting line. He can cut a light like nobody in the business in that top fueler.
Well, Doug Coletta goes 4.46 seconds, and here goes the Mosh Pit one more time. I don't know who's getting beat this week, but they're loving every minute of it.
Hey, it's James Riola again, that poor guy.
Oh my God, look at him. He'll be bruised tomorrow.
God, he's going to have to get
They're even getting...
Reef, you better be careful. They'll get you in that mess.
And from the mosh pit at the start line, we come to the finish line. Doug Coletta, what has your team found here over these last 2 weeks?
Well, I tell you, Ron Tobler, everybody working real hard on this thing. We're just happy to be going round. We got Mac Tools Distributors. I mean, everybody's been just giving us a lot of encouragement. Xantrex 3, Redline, it's just been a great group effort. And I hope he keeps it up because he's doing an awesome job.
Tip your own hat, an 033 light, mighty stout.
There is Doug. He has cut into Melanie Troxel's point lead. It's now down to 132. Meanwhile, back at the starting line, there's the celebration one more time as the beatings continue. Mike, final thought?
You gotta love Tony Petricon taking out the entire 3 Team Force cars, 2 of them on a hole shot. Great job by that team.
And Ron Capps' lead over John is now down to 96 points. Our next stop on the tour, race number 8 of 23, the Pontiac Performance Nationals, qualifying Saturday, May 20th, 10 Eastern on ESPN2 and ESPN2 HD. And then we'll have NHRA Today Sunday morning, followed by final eliminations at 8 o'clock Eastern time. That's going to do it for us. For Mike Dunn, Dave Reeve, Gary Gerald, and our entire ESPN2 crew, I'm Marty Reed. The World Series of Poker is coming up next. NHRA Today next week and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. So long, everybody.